Sorry. Oh my god. I keep trying to make a fucking tweet. WADADAA VOD review. Testing. What camera do I have? One sec. Hello everyone. Why am I high def? Because new camera. #ad. Okie dokie, right. I'm almost there. Okay. Okay, cool. Right. Yeah, I'm a professional streamer. If you could see, I'm making my bed right now. So that's professional. So you get to see my white sheets. Zero effort to decorate my room. And the lighting is terrible. So yeah, definitely professional. I do have a good microphone and a good camera, so we're off to... It's a start. It's a start. The thing I don't like, though, is that I'm so fucking red. Like, I am a red man. Anytime, like, I was looking at all the settings, I'm just like, I'm red. I'm like a gammon. I'm one of those British gammon people. My room is dark. So the other thing is this, right? So I've noticed that I need to figure this out. So, like, my room's really dark and I need to turn my light on. But I'm pretty sure that this webcam looks worse when I turn my lights on, you know? Like, doesn't that look way worse? It looks like a fucking... Looks like I'm in a room of piss. That looks a bit more natural, but then I'm literally sat in pitch black darkness right now. And my face is bright red. Hey, Trubon. I'm okay. I'm having a bit of an existential crisis because I didn't realize how red I am. When I put down my race next time, it's not going to be white, it's going to be red. I'm a red man. It's not good. Right, so what are we doing? Hey, King Fred. Girl, you look great, it's just lighting. Thanks, babe. Thanks, babe. I do think I am a red man, though. Yeah, what we're doing, we're gonna watch... Basically, should watch some GC, because, you know, hashtag women. So, yeah. I'm a defender of women. I got my Labubus ready. I got my matchas ready. We're gonna watch some GC. I don't know if I'll be able to get through all of them, but I like to be kept up to date with GC. Yeah, and I haven't watched Valorant for a while. Name a woman. No. So if I'm good, I can use just Epic Pen like this. Control, Shift 1, no, Shift 1 to cursor. Shift 2 is for the pen, Shift 3 is to erase. It's a bit too much for me, honestly. So yeah. I don't know what order we'll do stuff in. Today we'll keep it casual. We'll watch MIBR. I did watch some of MIBR versus Team Liquid when they played last. So yeah, who we got? So G2 have been playing Mimi's been playing Yoru. So that's gonna be fun. I get to play Mimi. I don't know these teams. So my presumption is G2 have got an easy game here, but I don't know. I don't know who these teams are. They beat Team Falcons, so not Shirazi. I know Shirazi. Yeah, I'm not too familiar. Hey, Ravish. Supposed to be doing reading for my dissertation, but GC photos are happening, so I've got to tap in. Unless your dissertation is about what Minnie thinks about MIBR, you should probably just do your dissertation. What do you think about BBL sit? It looks... I know, what's the point? I get clip farmed by BBL. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I get clip farmed. Wait, when I change... It looked a bit sus on the surface, but I mean, if Ringers is saying it's not sus, then I guess... Oh, thank you very much, Tavis Ludgate. Tavis Ludgate? Or Tav is Ludgate? Where do you put the emphasis on the syllable there? Tavis or Tav is? Very, very important. But thank you very much for the subs. Welcome, Scanner, Shiv, Virulenta, the Wallflower 96, and Lamey. This guy's streaming. Yeah, this is pod racing. This is streaming. Hello, Cleo. Hello. Fuck my life. This is a banger. This would be a banger. I'm gonna presume that MIBR win this. How have KC snuck their way down here then? What's going on here? Snuck their way in. KC got a chance here. Zipto are good though. Okay. Anyway. Right, so we got MIBR versus WADADAA. WADADAA? WADADAA. 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 There needs to be another da. It should be WADADAA. 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 Not WADADAA. It should be WADADAA. So already they fucked up with the name. Because I think that desperately is begging for an extra da. WADADAA. Not WADADAA. WADADAA. Meh. WADADAA. Okay. But what I do like about WADADAA is they just abused Chamber every map, which is kind of fun. They had a sub though. I think Adora was subbing. Who's usually the duelist? Sleepy Aria. So Sleepy Aria has decent stats. Usually doing pretty well. It looks like. Is Adora the European? It's not Adora from Europe, is it? Oh, it is. Adora's usually pretty decent. Yeah. Okay, unfortunate situation either way. Power Pixel owning. Starbind's usually the key piece. Abyss, Lotus, Ascent, Bind. What's going on with MIBR? What are they doing? SRN. This team looks so weird now with I can't remember what happened. They all swapped. Bastarda joined MIBR from Team Liquid. And a Jelly joined Team Liquid. But Bastarda's playing fucking Sentinel and Duelist. She's on her Alpha Year arc. And SRN's just SRNing. I mean, these are the two key players in this team, right? They got two fucking ludicrously high firepower players. Lisa can be a decent Senti. Malfo's more like a support player, and Sayori was decent in the past, but IGL role, so you don't expect Sayori to have to do too much. Jesus Christ, the games are close. Abyss was not so close, despite me really liking this composition. Do I like this composition? Yes, I do. Sage and Chamber. Sage and Chamber. Okay, we're going to be focusing on MIBR anyway, because obviously WADADAA did not qualify, even though I prefer to actually watch WADADAA, I think, in terms of like compositional theory stuff. More interesting. MIBR playing more standard approach to maps. Abyss, KO, Lotus, Fnatic comp. Well, no, double Paperx comp, sorry. Ascent, standard, bind, Paperx style, double duelist. Suits them very well with the Bastarda SRN duo. Yeah. Let's have a look. 26 messages. It's WADADAA. No, it's not WADADAA. It's WADADAA. Because I am the arbiter of taste and all things good in life, so I get to say it how I want to. It's no Blavukavand. It's no Blavukavand, but it is WADADAA in my heart. Abyss is your perma. Do I bother watching this map? I will watch it with that in mind. Jesus Christ, this is a big VOD. If I accidentally press a number on my keyboard.
Setting up Starbound, setting up the rest of the team, like making sure Starbound can get in these positions to.
Why are we doing a Power Pixel versus Sayori head to head? Is to win worlds.
See twice now. To play with us, pointing what we're able to play for.
I can read so quick. I was taking all this information in.
Again, off yesterday. Take MIBR down. It all comes down.
Power is IGL. Oh, okay. That makes sense. What's going on? What have we got fucking why is this film directed by I fucked up now. Who was I thinking of? I was thinking of I can't even think of the name of the birds. I was thinking of Alfred Hitchcock. I didn't remember. This is not production. This is not. Bastarda fucked up the dry run. She fucked up the dry run. Now she's scared. Their entry frag is dead. I think it's kind of cute that they go at the same time, but at the same time, zero killer instinct, to be honest with you. There's no killer instinct about it. Like, I know GC is supposed to be wholesome and nice, but I do also want them to rip each other's heads off too. See you, Alex.
Looking comfortable, confident, everything.
Wait, it's not just printed on. We're doing a VOD review. Look, it's not. It's actually stitched in. Right? Why isn't this just printed? Why have they tried so hard? What's going on? Something's going on.
Everything else, this is about to be a banger series ahead of us.
This series means so much to both of these rosters. For the side of MIBR, it's about that core three trying to make that return after falling short in that second place during last year's Game Changers Championships. For Bastarda to also make her return to the big stage, and for Lisa to make her first debut.
There has been something I wanted to ask you, Alex. That's my biggest pet peeve is you're not allowed to do that. You can't do that. That's cool. That's giving me anxiety. Just ask me something. Don't say you want to ask me something or something you want to ask me. Just ask me. Zobi parents has an embroidering business? That's kind of OP. Who's Zobi?
A little bit more.
See how WADADAA actually performs on this first map going into Abyss, because if we look at it, MIBR, they're insane on Abyss. They don't have to change a thing.
So MIBR good at Abyss and WADADAA don't like Abyss.
Sides about how Starbound and Adora get set up.
We'll have to see what they change.
Alex wants my hand in marriage.
Of the series, the grand finals ahead for the last chance qualifiers. It's time to head into Abyss.
It's not the worst idea.
Who's gonna take that first point with your casters, Vance?
The stage is set, but soon to feel like a gladiator arena. MIBR's dominance yesterday was undeniable, but beating WADADAA twice, that's a... The 10 pistols we saw out of them yesterday, it was a marathon. I think WADADAA only won one of them.
Okie dokie. Camera middle. 5B. We on Abyss.
It's a whole different day.
We are
Not
on Abyss.
on nerves anymore. Not on the defense. This is a whole different day. You
Wait,
cannot
what is the slow you've thrown here?
blame it on nerves anymore. Not on
What? Fred, what's going on? Why is our Sage here?
the defense. Of course, you'll have Astralis and both Sentinels actually on the right side of the map.
So there's a slow you could do start of round that gets a lot of the space. So that should be the main setup most rounds, and then the chamber can play behind. B side the map, they got 3 ready, so they're in a good spot. But MIBR keeping it pretty simple.
Well, they have vision, they have the information, and they're already on the site. SRN wasting no
I'd like to see this Astra actually be ready to help. Yoru's actually TP'd out.
time after setting that kill record in the Brazil Grand Final. Hopes to leave Carnage behind her. It already begins with that first blood.
Juno made a bit of a mistake.
Cut through. This is so difficult.
Right, round 1, so MIBR kept it simple. They're in no threat of losing this round at all.
These Sentinels can get
Why is Bastardo lurking like this? So right now, MIBR keep it simple, and so we're going to track to see how simple they keep it. The other things I'm looking at is SRN, win condition entry. Bastarda, how good of a lurker is she, is a question. Because this is not, like, in terms of timing, like, you want to be hiding right here. And then when you feel this starts to engage, then you go, right? But she's kind of a bit careless here. The only excuse I have for her is that maybe there was a miscall and they think that there's 3 people there already. But yeah, a little bit uncharacteristic from Bastarda. And she isn't used to playing the lurk role. Like, it's quite new for her, so that's something to keep track of a little bit. Hey Niang, how you doing? Bastarda got loads of good timings of series. Okay. Okay, people are saying better. Okay. But it's something that it's good to have, like, narratively speaking, it's good for me as like someone who's new to watching. Obviously, see Bastarda do a first round lurk that looked a bit wrong, and then like remind me that, oh yeah, Bastarda hasn't played much Senti before, and question mark it, and then hopefully, like you guys say, if it gets better later, then obviously we can give her credit for being able to be a good Sentinel despite being a duelist mid. She should be a good lurker because her timings might not be the best. Like a duelist going to Senti, the timings might not be the best, but if your aim is really good, then you can take any timing you want to a lot of the time. The only worry about that style, though, is that as soon as you start playing against opponents that are really good, who match your aim, there's a better slow there, Fred. But you can min-max that a little bit, but it is what it is.
Nothing changing from the WADADAA setup, at least the early position.
Okay, so this default MIBR do is better with the Yoru, because obviously Yoru could be here supporting the Cypher, and then as soon as there's trouble, or if there was trouble from the Cypher, then they just TP here and they just go A, right? I don't mind this kind of anti-eco spread out thing. It's a bit crazy that Bastarda just walks in when there's only like, usually with the Ghost, you have someone walk in, and then the 4 will activate depending on what happens. I didn't watch the video, but I remember Trick saying that, like, there was Trick from Twitter saying that he thinks that, like, the 4-1 with the Ghost is, like, the most... It's a very good strat, but it's, like, the worst played strat in terms of execution. I think this is a fairly iffy execution of it. I think that, like, the knife hasn't yet confirmed 2 people here, and already Bastarda's going in. So it's like, with this style, you wanna see, like, your strong side should see if it's weak here first, and then if there's a question mark where we're not sure, then the lurk should activate, if that makes sense. So, for instance, we'd have 1 here, 4 here. Maybe you recon middle, and then you knife here maybe, and then let's say we don't see anything, then you start scaling this way and looking into A, and then you kind of question, like, if no one's peeking you, then the cipher could start to look towards B and see if there's anything there, and then if they walk into B and there's nothing there, then they run back. If there's people there, you just immediately go into A. Because you're looking for stacks, right? And if there's no stacks, then you know that you can just run with your strong side into the site anyway, because you're only going to be against like 2 to 3 max, right?
Nothing changing from the WADADAA setup, at least these
I'm
early
good. No,
positions.
I'm very good.
Leaning more forward.
Trying to get back into work a little bit.
Huge for
Like,
MIBR.
I guess it isn't really work, but like,
Zadora go unnoticed. No.
I've been
Now goes
AFK for a couple of weeks doing nothing.
MIBR are looking to make a repeat of yesterday. If things don't get rectified.
Extra late and she plays a duelist grand final selling at it. He definitely is showing
Right, yeah. I like how simple MIBR are playing right now. I think that the sign of the best teams in the world right now, or like a sign of many of the best teams in the world right now, is just how simple people are playing. And it's only going to get more simple, I think, for GCC because of all the nerfs. Like, I think there is a problem in Europe where like a lot of the teams tried to play like Fnatic and just aren't Fnatic, and we're seeing a resurgence of just like 1-4, 0-5 gameplay. I do think if you want to win trophies, you have to be able to be a bit more advanced than that. And if you want to win multiple trophies, you obviously got to be a bit more advanced than that. But right now, if you keep it simple, it's like pretty decent idea.
Paper does beat Rock, but how about this?
If your strength is your team's mechanics and aim,
I don't think Astralis
like
shows
trying to overthink the rest, like protocols and like mid rounding come like quite low in the list of like, or like layer defaulting I think comes quite low in the list of things that makes a successful team. Am I going to cast GCC? No. I would be down to do. I've been doing more analyst desk because I was only doing casting because Hypoc was sick. In terms of GC this year, I only worked 1 day of EMEA GC. I'd like to work more, but it's not really my choice whether I work GC or not. So no, I won't be at GCC. What happened here? Yeah, Bastarda entry fragging. I don't like this default, to be honest with you. I think that this is like an old school mid default from MIBR that I think has gone out of favor. I don't think it's ever really been that good an idea. I think this smoke is unnecessary, and then look at the amount of util they use. So they use the smoke, they use a knife, and they use a recon for essentially part of the map that you can take relatively easily for free. I don't think you need almost any utility to go middle when you need to go middle. Maybe like 1 piece of util. Because like the idea is that like the angle, I think the angles are like attack favored generally. Like all these angles are like attack favored in my opinion. And I think the other thing to think about is if you put this much pressure on middle, it becomes very readable that you want to go middle route. You like the defense should know that this and this is pretty weak if you put this much pressure down. So I'm not the biggest fan of this default. Especially against a chamber. This chamber, if this chamber was actually playing you know, aggressively, and the Euro was playing aggressively, like into these spaces, like they'd have such good map control right now. A little bit fortunate. And I'm a bit confused by Bastarda thinking that she can walk through here clean. Like, I think in order to make this play, you need a couple of people. Or you need it to be a lurk where it's like, you're making loads of noise here. And then this person like late lurks in, right? So like all the distraction is happening, and then Power Pixel isn't watching here. Parapix will be watching here, right? So a little bit of a strange lurk, or a strange like entry, I guess.
Yeah, Basada was a little bit eager going into that one.
Or like the other way I think about it too is like if they really want to go into this room, you probably need a bit more control over middle to do it. I don't know. Something just feels a bit off with how MIBR has played this round so far.
Already saw 4 players out of 5 from MIBR trying to go for that mid.
Thought she could beat the drone timing. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm being an idiot.
They want to take this fight in mid as the drone.
No, no, I don't think so. 'Cause she didn't look ready. She looked confused.
That drone saw the walk up. Already saw 4 players out of 5 from MIBR trying to go for that mid control. So Power already had their Guardian out and ready. It's an easy tap for that pick.
That just is blatant transphobia, right?
Rotate over towards this B side, but for a fake.
If there's anyone being weird in chat, just let me know.
Thankfully, we did wall up towards the A side before. But thankfully, we did wall up towards the A side before.
Outlaw to outlaw. SRN tried to dance.
So what did MIBR do off of this? So 4v5.
Thought I was a little bit eager going into that one, trying to get that punish, but that drone
They throw a fake on B and just walk into A. Faking against a Sage who has wall. So Sage puts wall down.
Now you see the rotate over towards this B side, but for a fake, so it does pull the rotate. But thankfully, we did wall up towards the A side before.
Yeah, so this is all nicely played by WADADAA.
SRN tried to dance in the face of fire. And MIBR
Yeah.
working the map more now that WADADAA have rifles.
Faking against a Sage can be difficult if the Sage knows how to play, right?
MIBR have to work
So if they put that wall down, you're kind of fucked.
draw someone down from their perch. This is just such an uncomfortable
Is that the EDG
situation.
wall?
Sayuri, you try and throw the knife out there,
Huh?
but 13 seconds. WADADAA are drawing out the clock. And MIBR need to win this fight. And just
EDG
barely.
wall?
But I'm liking that we've serious to finally turn where Australis and even Juna saying they'll be quite precise this time around to stop the.
Maybe that is.
At least their shot are actually quite precise
No,
this
it's not.
time around to stop the bonus round from MIBR and try to tie this game in this round number 4.
So I like the Sage slowing here from WADADAA. Passive changeover play on B, which isn't the worst idea, but I do wonder if the knife can just. I mean, we have anti-knife protocol here, so if they did try to get the knife off here, the Astra should be breaking the knife for the chamber anyway. And then exploring deep middle with the Yoru. Everything's good so far. So this Sage slow is like, WADADAA could have like a Yoru and a chamber behind it, or they could have just one of them, or they could have nothing. And so the Sage playing A doing this stuff's very strong. And then the server's very good around this space because, you know, Recon's coming up, Shock's coming down, Odin spam, drones out through middle. Even could drop down and do a nice drone through A main. And then the Yoru can float, the chamber can float. Astra's kind of stuck on B as like this link player. So everything making sense from WADADAA.
Slow down on these entries. WADADAA are quick to flick and silence that duelist.
Hey, Anima.
They know that Australis has been hanging around this A side. You do not want to be caught in the midst of that.
The only thing is that the wall protocol now is like playing Sage. I find in this situation a bit sketchy. Like if I was a Sage player, I don't think I would wall this right now because I know they're there, they're just going to break the wall. And like you never want to wall in front of someone when they could just break it for free when it's like in the vulnerable state, right? Unless you are really desperate. And I don't think we're that desperate. Like this is being activated. So I wonder, my question here, I guess, would be, I don't know the answer to this, but how would you play the Sage here? The wall isn't the worst idea ever, but it just doesn't feel like it's going to do much, right? So to me, like the next layer would be just doing like just walls just to fight with, I guess. Or just doing like weird off-angle walls or something, I don't know.
Not be able to escape. And in the wings is Power Pixel ready to punish anyone caught.
Because yeah, like it technically didn't really do anything there.
Immediately destroyed, only a sense of safety for
She's
a
supposed to do
moment.
sight wall here, okay.
MIBR
So Coach Fred's saying that the protocol would be here to like do a wall to play with passive, and then just be like boosted up and take duels from angles high up.
Stage down as Astralis has to fall back.
So loving this movement right now from Adora, push it all the way down.
Down as Astralis has to fall back.
So loving it.
And then Sage now needs to be careful, but playing, they're doing a good job. Like the Sova Heaven is like hard to get value from if the team doesn't smoke.
This movement right now from Adora.
I look at them, they're just like contacting in.
Yeah, there you go. They don't have any more util for the A site for the pulse plant.
So I'm liking how WADADAA are playing.
There's so many openings.
It's just Bastarda.
Creating them. Bullet holes across Bastarda. Will silence.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Now the neural theft going all the way. WADADAA spotted at the top window. Starbound is not going to have the advantage they were hoping for.
This kind of happened in the past when Fred's team was playing at Champs. My comment was like, their macro and strategic idea is really good. But like, I think that there's two things here. One thing is like obviously individual prowess always beats out on macro. But there is this other layer where I'm starting to think about this idea that like, does good macro sometimes inhibit players? If that makes sense. I'm not saying it's happening here, but I've been thinking about my own coaching where it's like, does sometimes being a bit too systematized or a bit too structured mean that players end up like being a bit NPC, if you know what I mean? I think in general, I feel like my coaching style has improved players' abilities, but I wonder if like if there is this little gray area. I don't know.
Look at her move around that map. Everything started off so well for the side of WADADAA to control the Astra, not give a chance to get the pulse plant, grab the well, and even any util to allow the attackers to get into the site. And
I feel like Jogamo suffered from this a little.
The kills, the neural theft, even the camera.
You think G2's a bit like that? To some degree, but then I know that a lot of Anders' ideas were not fully there. But then I don't know if they were like playing, if he was still providing the same level of protocol depth, just with different comps. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting idea. I'd always say that I feel like overall the kind of style that I've employed has helped more than it's inhibited, but there might be a 10 or 15% scaling back of things that might need to be done sometimes.
Nullifies that play that she was trying to make, and that breaks the econ once again of WADADAA. Two players now looking towards his B site. The knife is gonna spot Adora and even a drone where Adora cannot now retreat. An opportunity to dive into the site and for SRN to open it up.
Jogamo wasn't. I don't want to talk about Jogamo too much. I don't think you can. I wouldn't use Jogamo as an example of someone playing in the two different systems in the same way. I don't think. I think that's. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think it's like that. Anti-eco, keeping it simple, Russian beat. Nice. 4-1 again, keeping it simple. Wait 1 second.
Job and able to hit their shots. Because if not, these consistent pushes coming out from Adora, from Astralis. It's doing a good job here to keep MIBR pinned and sandwiched into the pulse plat scenarios of the sites that they choose.
Where the fuck are Fnatic right now? That's not London, is it? Where the fuck is that photo? Where is this? I don't recognize it at all. It is London? Where the fuck in London is that? Google Lens it. No, I prefer to be ignorant. What the fuck are you supposed to do against that?
The numbers are even. MIBR, the element of surprise and audio. It's silent on the other side, allowing Astralis to get that res. Now it's WADADAA with the ball in their court, and they're gonna answer.
Oh, MIBR kind of fucked up the protocols.
Sealing in the site in their favor. MIBR gonna be forced to fight in.
No, the wall fucked up. We used to have this thing in Summon FC, I think it was. Or maybe it was in Fnac at the start, where on Haven, we used to play Astra and Sage. And if they went B, it was a free round win, because we'd walled here, and then you Sage walled here, and then they couldn't break the wall. They just couldn't break the wall. It was the most funny shit ever. Like you might, if you do it slightly wrong, you could probably stick your gun through and try and spray, I guess. I mean, you could try and knife it all you want. We've defused the spike. Hey Mel, how you doing, Mel? Look at Mel breezing in with like 3 weeks of advantage on the patch, just knowing how she wants to play. These noobs, these scrubs have been in the fucking trenches on the old patch.
And those are some of the things that King Fred has been drafted for his team on how they want to work this Astra in their own region, but also him as a head coach for the collegiate team of Winthrop University.
Man, I wish I was on the analyst test for GCC, because all I'd say is, I'd be like, yeah, this team's really good, but who knows? There's a new patch. That would be my analysis the entire tournament. It would just be like, yeah, but there's a new patch. I wouldn't have to watch any game. Am I publishing VODs? Yeah, I mean, I just have it on, so it will be on. And no, I'm not coming to Korea. The joke I made to someone who asked me last was they don't let me around women, and then they they said, "Wait, really?" And I was like, "No, you fucking moron."
So you could definitely get nerdy around the Sage wall and the Astra wall. How much value that
Hey, Anders.
you're trying to break the wall, you can't because the
Well, that's the problem. It's like this was a team handler. I don't know if you know her, Mari, the team handler. She's an Argentinian redhead. You might recognize her. And I've known her for ages, and she's been our team handler at many events. And I'm like, I guess I've just never made a joke like that to her before. She just thought I was like a very serious, sincere person. I'm hoping that's not a reflection on my treatment towards what she thinks women. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think I'm a very different person to different people, so I'm not sure. It's hard to expect what teams are going to do with the new patch. What exactly do you get out of these VOD reviews? Just general playstyle, individual style, I presume. So what I'm trying to get from this is, I've been a degenerate who's done nothing for 2 weeks. I probably should just get back into watching some Valorant. So that's number one. Number two is, I'm not working the event, but like I will probably VOD review back games, if not co-stream. And so I want to know what the foundation and standard and styles are for the team, so that whilst I'm doing those VOD reviews later, hopefully I have enough of a foundational understanding of how these teams play that I can comment on the ways they've adapted to the new meta. So if I watched it would have been very interesting to see WADADAA there, because I think that a lot of the things they do probably suit this new meta very well, and they wouldn't have to change too much probably. And then on MIBR's side, I think there's stuff here where it's just like, this is kind of fucked a bit more. I wonder if they change stuff or they don't change stuff, and then therefore when I do the VOD reviews next, I can kind of comment on that change, you know.
Put Starbound on that line to cover that spot. That will allow now WADADAA to over-rotate and focus on mid-B control.
Power Pixel.
It's also a nice question mark for the new patch too, because whilst I do think at the deepest levels, like people like me and Anders are probably very concerned, but there's always this little bit of like, yeah, but at the end of the day, a bunch of people who play Valorant, the skill ceiling still isn't being met, and people do just run around headshotting people to some degree. I wonder how much impact the patch will have, and we'll be able to see at GCC a little taster of like if there is a team who's far ahead of meta development, how much it actually impacts or not. I suspect that at GCC we're not going to see. I mean, I think in VCT we're not going to see teams play very like amazingly into the meta. What should be the meta, I think, but we'll see like a lot of double duelists in VCT, I think. Yeah, like Anders said, Anders spends a lot of time worrying about theoretical optimums that never materialize. Yeah, so like I'm trying to play it like, I still think that this 60-second cooldown stuff breaks my heart a little bit, because, you know, there have been times where we played double initiator and I've had to spend a lot of time working with some of the best initiators in the world who don't naturally sometimes do the info cycling in a way that you want them to, and you have to then break it down a lot. I remember on Breeze, like for instance, like I got Chronicle into a very good like info cycling routine, and that took work and effort, and now that work and effort is probably kind of gone to some degree. So yeah. Interceptors, I haven't seen anyone play that agent apart from. Do you mean in ranked? Because I presume in ranked I would place the interceptors just in a normal way, that like the ranked way, where you're just going to be putting them into like terribly forward positions. Because in ranked I think that people won't break them, so it's fine. In pro play obviously it's a bit different. Yeah.
Component to be giving that information to WADADAA has to be flexible within these rounds now to drone up early on A, as you say, to try and go into B, but just that moment alone where
so many people playing like a trad senti lurker. Interesting. I was looking at some stuff for, because you know I haven't actually, I don't actually look too deeply into stuff as much as I used to, but there were some playstyles I was like, when I was looking at Defense Pro, like I sent Wendler some stuff, but then I've looked more and there's some interesting ways that you can play. Like on Pro specifically, you can play it as like a rotational agent, I saw when I was looking at stuff. I still think you can play it like a crap chamber. You know what I mean? Like I think you can still do that though. On attack side, I wouldn't play it as a lurker though, for sure.
Anyone that sits below, as MIBR want to keep WADADAA honest, they want to keep the pressure on. And Power Pixel A
With chamber slash Vita work, was that too shit? You mean chamber with Vita? When I hear of that agent combo, it sounds like it should be good, but I think the I don't think the interceptor can set chamber up into deep angles or anything, but it can support the when the chamber's playing passive. So like you can play disgustingly good passive saps with it. I'm not convinced that, like, unless there's stuff that I've not seen, that it can set up aggressively as easily. But there will be some dirty stuff, I'd imagine. Sorry, I've missed a fucking Bastard alert.
Try and go flexible within the focus on control.
WADADAA trying to be proactive by pushing out towards this A main and put Starbound on that line to cover that spot. That will
How is Bastarda just behind them without them realizing it?
Obviously, the main component to be giving that information to WADADAA has to be so flexible within these rounds.
My thought,
Thrown up early on
my initial thought.
to try and go into B, but just that moment alone where PowerPixel is not watching mid.
I don't think I love this wall.
Has allowed this insertion of Bastarda. You've already given her an ace.
I think this is too. I don't think I can't remember the last time I've seen anyone go this way. To be honest with you, so I don't think you need this wall. The thing I'm thinking about is, would Bastarda get away with this against Shopify? The timing is ludicrous, to be fair, isn't it? Like, PowerPixel has looked away for half a second. I think the Sage should have just ran this way, right, and come watched, but... Yeah, that's a bit unlucky. I don't know. I'm pretty sure your camera moved left. Oh my god, my camera has moved. See, it's like an AI thing where like it tracks people. The problem is I don't know how it works. This Obspot sent me this camera, and I have no idea. I have no idea how it works, and I'm sat in darkness. So next stream I'll probably just look at all the settings and figure out if I can set it up. There are some funny settings as well. There's like some like beauty settings that, like, if you put them on, like, it's hilarious. Like, I can put makeup on in the webcam, so we will be testing to see how ludicrously yassified we can make me the next time I stream. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that whilst I stream, because like if it uses both the webcam, if it uses OBS, I don't know if you can preview the video at the same time, so I don't know how it works.
So she stayed behind her wall instead of rotating across and going for the 4-player stack on that B site. And by not rotating over, that
She took the timing you wish they had set her up to take on that vent timing. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
how you're rotating around, but everything was looking good until then.
Wanted to at least put a band-aid on that.
Oh.
Try to minimize the unnecessary risk.
Yeah, the slow's a bit too far.
Wanted to keep control of mid as well as Astralis holds down.
What's the verdict on the left hand versus right hand thing? They switch between the models, right? I don't like it personally, but I'm not a noob, so I don't know. It might be easier for noobs to keep track, I guess.
MIBR, because of that information, now you know what the setup is of WADADAA. MIBR, mid, full of mid.
113.
Try to minimize the unnecessary risk.
So this should just be Astra, right? I think.
Keep control of mid as well as Astralis holds down the main line.
This is not bad if you wanted to fake, though, I guess.
Tries to put the red carpet down in mid. A familiar route for them.
It's not that big a deal.
Now be spotted by this neural theft that Bastarda.
What does this star do? Does it actually just help you cross? Or it helps the drone, I guess, too. Bro, mouse just walking in. This is a tendency for sure. This is a tendency. I'm usually not the best at picking up on tendencies, honestly. But it does look like when MIBR are down in numbers, they will just sometimes walk into space, it seems. Like, everyone in the team is allowed to just make a hero play. Why Starbound didn't zoom in to the last second? There's no way, is there?
It's all up to the ace of MIBR. Just barely get a plant off.
think the recon, if I'm gonna be pedantic, should have been deeper, but it's fine.
All up to the ace of MIBR. The hold back against the 1v2. Power Pixel A can at least check this back box with the shock bolts. It all depends on the element of mystery that WADADAA want to maintain. Checking through main. Spike tapped. WADADAA want to hurry this up and of the round off against. I think everyone, but now they're looking way more composed, way more united.
4-1.
Trying to defend here these sites against MIBR, and now they.
At least MIBR are ready for the patch. They're just playing. They're playing the new patch. Fucking sending it. We need to see a fake next round, and then they're ready for the new patch, I think. Wait, how did Juna get caught? Oh, Juna ran out. There does seem to be a bit of a disconnect between Adora and the rest of the team, which I guess is to be expected when she's the sub. So, like, Adora's the sub. Like, you got Astra running through the smoke, and then Adora's taking TP, and there seems to be a bit of a disconnect between... Whenever they've had 3 in, like, a triangle at all, they've not really been able to play off each other, which I guess speaks to the fact that they've got a substitute, and Fred's it's kind of their permaban, so... you know. Rare SRN with. Mini, you need a ring light. I do need a ring light, but the thing is that there's only so much thing. Like, it's kind of funny that, like, streaming becomes like one of those hobbies where you just spend ludicrous amounts of money on it. Luckily, #Obspot sent me this camera for free. But at what point is enough enough? Like I said, look, you've got a beautiful view of my unmade bed, which is just blank with no sheets on. You have a lovely view of my white walls that look like in like some gulag. And then my ugly mug, bright red. Like, do we really need to go that extreme? We do. I'll be getting some lights soon. Oh my god. It's just, yeah. Anti-eco is fine. Once you get the light, you're good to go. It reminds me of that meme, the guy digging. It's like, and then he gives up. Like, am I just giving up just before I hit the diamonds? Who knows? Or is it that there's no diamonds there and it's just more digging? No, I do need to get a light. Jacob has been I don't know what to call it. There's a dude that's been helping with some stuff. He does some broadcast work for Val sometimes, but he works on League mostly. And he was trying to help me with some stuff, so he recommended some stuff. I'll get it soon. Aatrox, yeah. To be fair, your setup's much better than the random setups during plat chat. The random plat chat ones, though, are me on my laptop, using my laptop webcam, and using a headset that cost me £10. And that's part of the fun, is that, like, I'm not gonna bring a £600 camera, or ring lights to my hotel room in Berlin. But yeah, maybe I should make a minimal amount of effort for those. And often I don't know that I'm doing plat chat. Like, usually, like, I've only just started doing plat chat properly, regularly, I guess. So when I'm in Berlin, I'm not, like, ready to do plat chat. Yeah, I seen he's been trying to get me into Rift Band.
control, you have to be
Ascension VOD review.
and reactionary on that. Look at that.
Maybe. I think what will happen is I'll do GC stuff, and then I'll get bored of the old patch.
And she lands it perfectly. There was the idea there after the timeout to actually get a little bit of a aggression out of the side of WADADAA.
Just set your webcam so the light is in front of you, not behind you. Yeah, I mean, I need to put lights behind my desk, right? So it lights my face and not my back. Like, I'm not in a noir film. Guys, I do, you know. I'm not that stupid. Although I do want to, I do think if I did light myself, if I did this kind of lighting though, I do think it would go fucking in. Imagine the VOD reviews if I can hit this noir lighting.
You get a surprise on MIBR, but now
Yeah, my light is behind me, but I can't change where my light is in my room. Like, I can't, I'm not gonna rewire my electrics.
they're by the knife.
It's just a light.
Step back and just help support Juna in the best way Adora knows how.
Look, I don't even have posters up in my room. I have zero. I am like the guy. Who is it? Like, what's the meme? I mean, this is like a very advanced version of the meme, but that's me. Minus the fact that that looks grubby as fuck. Wait, let me go for a new one. Male living space. This is me. This is me. Like that's me. Like I can't help it. I got my tuba. I mean, this guy's actually put stuff on the walls. Like this is way too much effort for me. Wait. This is literally me. Like you can see here. That's the stuff on my that's my decoration. It's the books I have over there. And then there's some alcohol that I've not drank for like 4 years. So that's me. The seagulls don't help anymore because it's winter. The seagulls are having none of the... Like, in the summer, the seagulls add some ambience to my setup. But it's winter, and they can't be bothered. Why is bro fermenting alcohol? Because I don't drink. I don't drink. I went through a period of trying to make nice White Russians, because I like White Russians. And then I realized I didn't like them, but apparently I can't make a good one, is basically what I came to the conclusion of. And so I just have my performative male books up there. They're mostly kind of just, I don't know, they're not that attractive to me as those books. Okay, let's actually sum up what happened in the last round of the game, so it looks like I actually paid attention in most of this VOD review. 3-1-1. So the most advanced thing that they're doing is a 3-1-1, which 3-1-1's still fine. Bastardo just runs up and gets a kill. Yeah, it's a bit too easy, this map. Bit too easy. Bastardo again's being the person like taking space. It's interesting. Like I don't hate it, but the question is Bastardo going to be able to do this versus people that are better? Because the timings are off, but 16-6, who cares?
The one time that she goes solo, she always has closer to neural theft anymore. So it comes down to Starbound, just having to be able to anchor to that.
Is that recon? The fuck? Oh, it is legit. Okay, Bastardo. It's not a retake. Okay, defense, what are they saying? Ah, I was gonna do the joke. How dare you speak English? This is a Portuguese stream. Those filthy gringos do not deserve our respect. I won't make the jokes I was gonna make. Okay. 3 pushing down A, full B, full retake A, camera from mid. I prefer camera just being used for the retake, to be honest. Probably, where can you put it? I'd like to be able to see this corner and this corner. Like a camera like here or something, or like up here. I think a camera, I'd leave the camera here for the retake. Like this Astra can go deal with middle. Who cares? I don't care. If they take this time, and then good luck to them.
Still a very good comp for WADADAA has slammed sights with. And right now it's a push from MIBR that will start the pivot of WADADAA.
People don't do that anymore though. People don't leave cameras for retakes. They always just open them. Like they don't leave them. Bring back the retake cameras. I mean, I guess new meta probably won't be much retake. I mean, Cypher. So.
And I mean, the damage from MIBR has already been felt. I mean, Juna's at 1 HP and still gets a kill out of all of that. Talk about plot armor. Young player now standing tall within their own spawn, though. Is Mel.
What's going on? I can't keep track.
And it's easy to confirm that kill for WADADAA. Could set MIBR for success to close out this map and Power Pixelate. The final
Also, this guy looks like guys to me.
A good read and good start
Wait.
coming out from WADADAA though. How passively you played towards that B site. The only thing that really
Why did I have to allow that comment?
into their plans or making things difficult is that smoke. It's so hard to cross over. You've but back and watching and fighting towards that back of the spawn in Juna.
The fuck are these trips?
Starbound. Unfortunately, not enough. But with that plan also not going for the G2 Stinger buy, we only have an outlaw.
Outlaw sheriffs. It is 10-3. I don't know how I feel about this buy, but I like the outlaw. Yeah, Bastada's playing like support Cypher.
Shares across the board too. So there is still a heavy investment coming out here from the side of WADADAA. Instead of going for the Stinger buy,
With WADADAA. See? What da da. See? Vans even says with WADADAA. You guys have spelled your own name wrong.
pop. The long range battles with the sheriffs and the outlaws.
I know WADADAA were weighing whether to force or not.
Wait, everyone's saying with WADADAA.
The Starbound probably has
It's spelled with da. But everyone says, and correctly says, with da. Why is it not spelled like this?
4 hours on snipers and any other weapon. To try and peek.
Sassy stream when they were saying wada. Wada.
Be a readjustment from SRN.
Every tournament we add another da. Yeah, wada da.
That space and it's not the best weapons to contend against MIBR, but it will cost WADADAA members.
Okay, it's over. They've bought up. It's over.
Was doable. There was
What?
overcommitted for the second push into the spawn, where your teammates already falling back to pick up a weapon. But to say one
Get on top of those blood.
It's Jova. It's Jova. 2v2 is Jova. We're going next map.
Thinks the hit's gonna be WADADAA.
I don't want to actually have to watch anti-ecos and stuff.
And go seek, but SRN, because of this cat and mouse game,
going 50 round.
Another eco? Just give me some gun rounds.
Which is
or waiting smoke that corner to they're doing damage.
Oh, really?
You know that MIBR always think it's winnable. seconds left. WADADAA hasn't planted yet. This Cosmic Divide is making things tricky. Now it's a war. The spike is down. MIBR show face, and they may not have one still on their head afterwards. But wait, the sheriffs are doing damage, and WADADAA get thriftied. There's simply no way.
And I love that SRN is stepping up.
I like that SRN sat next to who's it? Lisa.
Was beautiful.
It's like the opposite. It's like the opposite kind of like extroversion, you know? Like SRN's like the most like locked in, giving it.
And I hope that you stand
And then Lisa's just like,
look at what SRN is
you know, love hearts.
onto Juna and then onto Starbound. So clean on the transfer. That said, a lot was invested for one for them.
Wait, where's the?
Going back to flick onto what SRN's gonna do with
We didn't get to see the. Oh, we did.
and I hope that you stand up
Okay,
for
I mean
SRN
it.
and look at what SRN's gonna do with Sayuri on the retake. Picking up that Phantom.
I mean, that was pretty nasty.
Tetris.
Now that's the nail in the
It
coffin.
was pretty nasty.
So we'll get the and we were kind of laughing yesterday. WADADAA are so good at pistols when it's not the first.
I
round of
like
the
this
half,
though.
and
They're
I'll
not.
take that back. MIBR confirming that pistol.
They're not putting anything from mid.
Oh my god, the pings on that Hunter's Fury. Oh, Katniss, that's great
It's
over
Trevor.
here.
Right, next map. What's next map?
You have to use what you have left, 'cause
Lotus.
it's
First half.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
insane.
What?
Starbound didn't even have a TP.
Oh, these.
Alone that saves
What's going on?
It's gonna take heroic plays from WADADAA, but pressure makes.
That's literally me in ranked. That is me in ranked right there.
But the information is what makes
Sitting in heaven,
it so easy for Melissa.
spamming shock darts,
Sova in the
pretending that I'm like really good at the game, but all I'm doing is just abusing Sova.
picked up. It's all about trust and execution. As Starbound take care of. It's all
Wait,
about
Mel does the. Oh no, 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 no.
Now the spike will be picked up. It's all about trust and execution. As Starbound take care of the
Trust and
ground.
execution. I've never thought
Step
of
in their
referencing an emotion.
Now things
So what about
are mixed up,
trust?
and MIBR around the corner, no util, just vibes and a collide and almost the clutch for Starbound.
I'm such a robot that like I wouldn't even think about
The goat Starbound.
referencing something like trust.
Now knowing to play their lives, but the spike is awake. Just react and stay as close.
Hold it as well. I mean, two key players.
We Inton.
Get the queens. But now two hero rifles from MIBR, supported by pistols. WADADAA carve their path. Ahead of the game.
Not many refuses to use the team's preferred name for a tournament that's supposed to be inclusive and welcoming.
Sorta goes unnoticed. Adora remove them. Box has been checked. There's even a wall to delay Mel from coming over any sooner. You're gonna hear these stomps. Starbound has the outlaw.
I think I gagged. I'm just like I'm trying to think at what I was looking at my thermometer of response and like from nuclear to nothing, and I was trying to decide what level of response I was gonna go for.
It's gonna have to be a two-player jump off the map and save your weapon for Lissa.
We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
Read like a book.
Last player standing.
Let's see if Lisa will get to keep this. May have really liked.
There was a what to fight against this. So look what the fly is. Sorry,
The problem is that the kind of jokes I want to make about that,
still has enough to
like,
score glass.
it gets too satirical, you know? Like it
WADADAA cut the score in half. It's 3-3 in the second half. I think Astralis has been.
like we're not at the level we're not at the level we can make those jokes yet.
There is not a nook and cranny that is not watched right now, and SRN with the fadeaway.
Until I don't have to ban people for just being blatantly, you know, weird. I can't make jokes that are fun.
But SRN just cannot be touched.
You many got banned from Castle PC. It's true. It's true.
Feeling impossible when MIBR sit at a
It's true.
point.
I mean, I did say, yeah, what did I say? I did say something bad when I did the desk. What did I say? I did, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I won't go into it. Let's not sidetrack.
If they could penetrate this defense of the crossfire set up by both Lisa and Sayuri.
Sayuri just gonna ignore the recon.
Okay, over. Nice. Okay, right, next map. I do like the stage and stuff. You call Loic sexist every day. Yeah, that's what I was when I work with Kakuka and fucking Yinsu every single. The first time the producers met me, they were making sexist jokes about me. Jokes about me being sexist, and the producer was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "For fuck's sake, this guy produces GC as well, you idiots."
To get that timing opportunities for those
around the advance.
I think that best starter was big.
Other teams in the VC.
If you see this man at Game Changers event, please inform staff immediately. It's not rage bait. It's not rage bait. It's potentially ruining my career bait. What's going on here? Right, so MIBR defense. Yoru comp. Why have they got raise? What is this? What's going on? I'm seeing a raise on C. Question mark. The reason there's a raise on C, I think, is because SRN. That's the only reason I could think there's a raise on C right now. Oh, Nat. Is that the best lineup? Who knows? Looks alright though. Like usually you'd expect like the raise to just be chilling here, and then the Yoru could play here because the Yoru can just TP out, right? Or even if they want to do this flash trap setup, the Yoru could be here flashing with the flash, you know? So a bit of a strange one. I think it's just the fact that SRN's SRN. Oh, it is actually a proper BC trap with the nade off the wall. Okay. It looked like they weren't ready for it at all, because look how far away they were when I was flaming. So
defense, a double senti on attack. It's kind of Uno reverse how this should work, and it's the Prowler. I mean, Lisa does not care in the face of danger. A first blood yet again for MIB.
You study from and try to see how you around there, because there's tapes not only from WADADAA but from tier 1 level that you can study.
Something. I guess the smoke is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna go into detail. Okay. Yoru being able to get the line with just a fade reveal is pretty big. Right, gonna see how insane this game was and go, yeah, let's give 6 slots to EMEA. I'll be honest, I defended EMEA maybe last year, but this year I'm not defending them. I'm not defending anymore.
You have Power Pixelay walking up towards the B side to get some control and cut the rotates, and then 4 players working up towards A.
In previous years, it's kind of hard to justify having Brazil have 2 slots, even if they are better, because just population-wise, right? And the other thing that Riot are careful of is if you start giving slots unevenly based on performance, the regions where they are doing poorly just continue to do poorly, and if not get worse. So like back in the day when like Brazil, I mean the perfect example is Brazil in kind of the VCT, like the main circuit, right? Is Brazil were terrible at the start of Valorant. Like that's pretty brutal. Before Loud came along, and you could easily have justified a position in which you say that they should have less slots, and yet because they got more, like because they maintain those slots, like I think that it probably helped them develop. If that makes sense.
abysmal in the second round. Classics all around. The best thing you have now is
All around though, GC is very hard to like. It's such, I don't know. I feel sorry for you guys, but it is tough, I guess. Playing the whole year for like one tournament is kind of nuts. Like I genuinely don't watch games during the year because I'm just like, well, there's no point. Like, there's just, it's like every game has so little value because there's so many. Like, it doesn't really mean much to me.
Instead of Astralis, when you're trying to get closer to the Dota Foss instead of Astralis' annihilation, that could really start opening up this C site. They're continuing to try to entry on this side.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The events are just so expensive, though. I don't know. And then if you put on a Masters event, they would have to conflict with a different event at the same time, and they'll never do that. Like, there's a very good reason why, like, Worlds is on right now whilst there's no Valorant events on. Like, they don't overlap them very much. They try and, like, separate it out as much as they possibly can. Okay, right, gun round. Let's lock in.
WADADAA's signature of losing a pistol and getting a thrifty on their...
Oh, Mel, by the way, if you're still here, I liked when I think I caught the first one that Alexis did, but I enjoyed Alexis's Hinge review. I think it's funny that the recent one with the girl that like she's gagging over, like it's kind of funny because she doesn't hold the same standard for that person. But the ones that she reviewed of guys were so dreadful that it was kind of funny. Like, it's funny to see how bad people's like dating profiles are, and how minimal amounts of effort just are needed, and guys don't realize it most of the time. I mean, it is a bit of a stat game, to be fair. Like guys, you know, it is a bit rigged, dating apps a little bit. But when guys put no effort in, I don't feel any sympathy.
Having to navigate around these smokes and potentially through the thorns, they open the door. No one is home from
I'm not about to ask for a Hinge review. No. I think I might be deeper into the Matrix, probably, like, than Alexis. But fundamentally, it's funny to watch. Like, it's kind of funny when like, especially when you vaguely might know. Because I think one of the things I watched with Alexis was doing was like I kind of had a sense for the person from their social media presence or something, and then people almost like make their profiles make them seem worse than they actually are. If you know what I mean. Like, you're like, oh, this person who's like generally someone who seems interesting and attractive or whatever, and then their dating profile makes them look like a piece of shit. You're just like, how are you fucking up your game so bad? Okay, right, let's go back. Full A. So bonus round MIBR, just go for like a middle of the map play. Smoke here to delay. Nice. It's nice from MIBR. It's only going to be ever the trip, so this is kind of powerful. WADADAA. And look at them, man. They're just like fully encircled. Ooh, the smoke. Ah, it's brutal. But the problem is that, like, oh, actually, the door isn't broken, so they don't expect people here at all. So if they do move at all, they're fucked. But this post plant is mental. No, why are they?
Now hearing these flankers behind, now a lot on her plate, and now the chambers involved. Two for tree control, MIBR.
Bastarda.
Sure punctures, and it sure hurts. But do not
The post plant is kind of crazy.
It's not done yet. Hoping to get
Huh?
timing on Bastardo. The panic. No, the spray. Not a single bullet into the...
Okay. What is this post plant?
Five ready.
There is a kind of cool trip here, to be fair. But three people just like ganged up.
Now hearing these flankers behind, now have a lot on her plate, and now time it's into Bastarda, but it does not matter. Power Pixel A carries with a 4K.
How could you compare the level between GC vs tier 1, tier 1, tier 2?
Where unfortunately, where the bullet's going. Thankfully, look at these shots coming out from Power Pixel in a 4K for the round. A loud cheer for the son of WADADAA, and we're 1-0 for Power Pixel.
It's like annoying because it's like a fair question, but it's like one of those questions that I'll probably get asked a lot. And it's like, it's almost like I don't know how to answer it with like kind of like that's it's not quite the point yet, but I don't know. Don't for the bait, you're gonna get clipped. The thing is that I prefer to give people benefit of the doubt. But yeah. Because I think it is a genuine question that someone might have. It's like, where's the level at or whatever. But it's, yeah. And I feel like a bit of a fraud for just fully ignoring. Like, I'd never want to be an analyst who just ignores questions, you know? Because of the woke. But there is a way to navigate that question that is direct, but also interesting. But then I'll answer it that way, and then someone will ask me in 2 seconds' time, and then I just get bored, so... I mean, I haven't ever seen a clip of me talking about GC, to be fair. But maybe that's because I haven't been talking about GC this year. And people have been clipping me more this year. The problem is, though, like, if you don't engage with a conversation with people at all about anything, when it comes to that stuff, then you're also just like... There is no bridge between the gap, if that makes sense. I've been streaming more and I work with PaperX, and when you work with PaperX, apparently everyone fucking goes crazy, so... yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult topic to... I mean... That's the power of this composition. This is like... When I first wrote with PaperX, I was a bit concerned that like the Rumble fight might be kind of hard sometimes, but then they just did this with the Vice being here, and it's just very strong, right? They can have 4 play A if they want to, like. And if you roll the dice, and they roll the dice, and they've rolled the dice that says we go A, and we've rolled the dice that says we go A, then we win.
WADADAA cut all noise. Boombot gonna be shot down too. So WADADAA.
Yeah, I guess I'm complicating. I mean, I'm not. Usually, Mel, I'm very open and honest about the question in a way that's probably unhelpful. Ooh. But I don't know. It's quite nice. Oh, I have a question for you, Mo, actually. I'll DM you. I have an actual, honest to God, interesting question. I'll try and remember. I'll write it.
On the tables being turned. They still try to take that A-lobby fight, and WADADAA are just gonna outrace them. So Lisa has to minimize risks here with the sheriff and WADADAA. They have the
one sec.
advantage, and now they have confidence. You better watch out. Oh wait, Lisa just with the quick one.
What am I doing? I'm watching a stream. Okay.
MIBR. They will not cower.
It's eco.
Face of
It's eco. Power pixels put them onto eco.
advantage and safety. WADADAA thought they had control.
Why is there a fade up being used?
Into the mix. WADADAA want a clean round, and SRN just won't give it to them.
Okay, let's find this on attack. I thought the ecoers were fade on. This is the first thing that I've looked at, Mel. I haven't watched any GC on stream. This is the first thing. The only, like, to be completely honest, the only GC I remember watching this year was the Brazil. Like, I was in bed and I couldn't sleep, and I started watching MIBR versus Team Liquid on Abyss, and it was the game in which it went to like 10 overtimes. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Sayori. Boaster could never, could he? Boaster could never. That's my IGL right there. That's my IGL.
Forcing the hand of WADADAA when they stalled him with the razor vines on how they were anchoring towards that site. You saw again overcommitment on the side of WADADAA.
Sorry, how have they lost this round? I'm so lost in the source. I've forgotten how to VOD review. You gotta sit still and pay attention. This is how Alpha must feel when I do VOD reviews. He's just like, ooh, so, just like, not enough stimulation.
From front to back, the smoke dissipates. Juna steps out. MIBR want to work in cohesion here with Sayuri that rotates through the front lines. Does not want to get cut off by the deadlock barrier anymore. Now WADADAA, no, they have to just focus in.
My nightfall is
on the exit. Oh, the nightfall retake. MIBR, it's pedal to the metal. You gotta go. The spike is planted, and Lisa is so good. Backs against the wall with power pixelay, and the spike will be ticking down.
That shot Lisa just got was very important too.
WADADAA when they stalled him with the razor vines on how they were anchoring towards that site. You saw again overcommitment on the side of WADADAA after the.
What's the point of Power Pixel getting a 5k if we're just gonna do this?
The waterfall because those. This is now with the owls as two being close line holds.
See you in a bit, Mel.
Really try to break down Lissa, who has been such a fantastic Sayuri. To think they've tried to on Matt.
Comes to show how pool is deep from MIBR to Team Liquid to even 2-game. One of the teams that MIBR was consistently losing to this season, being 2G and also Team Liquid. Now looking unstoppable this series.
God.
Their way could trigger on the wall. WADADAA know they gotta
Where's
try.
Lisa's flash?
One of the teams that MIBR was consistently in the Brazilian scene for GCC. The talent pool is deep from MIBR to Team Liquid to even 2-game. One of the teams that MIBR was consistently losing to this season.
SRN's doing SRN Odin.
Looking unstoppable this series.
It's Derka.
Other first blood their way could trigger on the wall. WADADAA know they gotta
I
try.
mean, SRN shouldn't have the Odin.
Sentinel, util
Should be Mel.
WADADAA want to be able to play this lurk.
Trying to force the hand now of MIBR.
SRN definitely shouldn't have the Odin, considering how good good they are.
Think they have an opening here. By also being
You want to hide that Odin?
on these areas, it isolates the
Never mind, it's fine.
Unfortunately, Starbound overcorrects the clearance.
Derka did it for Bostrix tried to explain to me. I didn't quite realize that we were doing Derka Odin, and then after an official, I just remember watching. I was like,
Seal the deal for the
Can you explain to me why Derek has got the Odin?
At least you also know that the
I'm
Odin's
so
in play
confused.
if you're trying to long-range fight like that WADADAA got
There was some kind of logic, but I don't think I agreed with it.
We hope to get Adora in a position to satchel in, but way quick to the trigger. Quick to
I think it was because it was
Look at the tech of
when you start the round. I imagine it was because start of round you want to start your spray a lot of the time. And so if that was a fade, the fade cannot use the usual util to get on to, like, the fade needs to use util, whereas the raise doesn't need to use util start round. And there was some other disguisey stuff. So, but I would just argue that the whole round shouldn't be a raise Odin.
But who's the first to step back? It's MIBR. It's actually a reposition, controlling the perimeter of this lane, forcing WADADAA to stagger through the smokes. On the other side, SRN. It's gonna try for the one-hit fadeaway. Prowler 2 revealing WADADAA are actually at the door. Like that, WADADAA are taking as much time as possible. They're known as that aggressive offense, but a smart one too.
There.
Looks like it's still going to be a finish towards A site, though. They got this wall in the staircase, but
No.
you do have to try to clear this, and finally they do get the pincer maneuver at least.
Oh no, it cleared through tree until Adora just did now. Now you gotta pick up the spaghetti off the floor, including the spike.
Sorry, I had a taxi note.
The showstopper. The sails right past the ears of MIBR. A really risky ult to use, but Adora.
Yeah, I'm a good person. I just agreed to pay more tax than I should. Definitely not out of fear. Not out of fear of getting caught by the tax man. Or tax woman.
Now the spike tap. Juna just spams. Not even
Got that going down here that keeps
leveling up, but
Hello?
Adora 2 is leveling up, but ooh, some early tags. Bastarda, the one with the op, 29 HP. Will have to fall back.
Is the comp...
Satisfied with this early round to really just threaten the left side of the map.
MIBR's comp is... I quite like it on defense.
Have a weaker, or a stronger push, I should say. Now to open the door, there's now thorns that will sit in their way. Lisa has pivoted.
Still good on attack though.
MIBR want to scrap through.
I'm not sure how the deadlock chamber... I don't love this deadlock chamber
Lisa getting my question answered now that Bastarda is holding out
for
the salt here.
defense.
She's been rifling so much and trying to get aggressive positions. Now this TP towards the front is just a clear mound for the side of WADADAA. They don't have too much
For
to do
WADADAA.
for big ults.
For WADADAA.
You're waiting for the hunt. It's up for a power pick.
I think someone should do a compilation of the different ways people say WADADAA.
Sayuri, Johnny on the spot, falls back. WADADAA have him right where they want him. And now on the front lines, Lisa expecting this
No
push.
way.
Barrel to the dome.
The net is really good for the A fight. Yeah, but my issue with the comp is how do you hold C? You're gonna be retake C a lot, I think.
With back-to-back kills, MIBR
Like when I look at the comp, I'm like, there's a hole on C.
and physically, all three stacked on mound and stacked with the showstopper. Here comes SRN, and that's the raid boss you gotta worry about if you're WADADAA. 'Cause
Usually it's double Santi C, so then the deadlock net doesn't do anything on A. And then you can lose A control pretty easy. Oh my god.
Sayuri, Johnny on the spot, falls back. Expecting this.
It's like full protocol to come here. But we don't actually have CT covered properly. Yeah, it's something... The plant is here.
Both the numbers and physically, all three stacked on mound and stacked with the showstopper. Here comes.
I mean, this should have been WADADAA's easy peasy.
Worry about if you're WADADAA, 'cause it's always winnable when the goat's on duty. SRN, how many aces are we gonna get today? Adora.
Oof. Okay. I mean, it should never come down to a 2v1.
And then anchoring towards that back of the site. Yes, it looked like a 2v1.
1 second, I'm putting on a jumper.
So easy for WADADAA. You have all of that information now that Starbound gets that pick with the operator. But look at the util, always available, always present. SRN with consistent double kills. And they're just overpowering the site, both Bastarda and SRN. Thankfully, though, Adora was there.
It's fucking cold.
For FMCL, I'm not gonna
FMCL.
also cools down the MIBR camp as we're
Can clutch out the route when MIBR
Brazilians are dripped, man. Why are they've all got what's going on?
had less numbers. Then all of a sudden SRN's trying to get
What do you think would work better instead of deadlock?
in the water.
I mean, if you want to hold C,
Like
Viper.
heroic plays across the board to beat them again.
But you don't necessarily need like if your chamber's getting out here a lot anyway, then the Viper will becomes a bit more redundant. Vice is better at holding C than I think Vice is the second best C holder personally. It just means that you're I haven't figured it out. Like I haven't figured it out. Like maybe you can get away with Omen playing here with some deadlock stuff. I don't know. Do you think they play Vita now in the new patch and less Yoru? I think people should be playing Yoru just as much as they are now. I don't think many teams will play Vita, but they should. I think teams should be trying it.
What MIBR could bring to the table, the potential that they have, and why this could potentially even go to
They didn't really nerf the reason why Yoru is good.
strong side attack based off clutches from both Power Pixelate and Adora, and now weapon control in round number 10, a full force push into the A site with only.
But like they're not nerfing. Yeah, I don't know.
Not gonna let MIBR develop on the map and wanted to expose these weaknesses, and SRN tries to jiggle, tries to chance fate, and it's the
And now weapon
I just low by.
forced to fall back.
I mean that satchel in is a bit crazy from Adora. On anti-eco you don't like the rule I had for Durka was single satchel on anti-eco. Double satcheling deep, giving your gun away is like the worst.
wants the guaranteed win. True to
We got already players to move on Heaven's side. And that left. They're one away from Showstopper, two away from a total
Seasonade.
They could do a lot of damage here for WADADAA to finish this half in their favor.
Send Nate alone from SRN, force the TP back from Starbound. Now the op has to get comfortable again. MIBR satisfied with the stress they've put WADADAA under. A lot more respect given to WADADAA.
Favor.
Do they have to do this? Where's the flash as well? Is it here? Something feels off about going high-low and then staying there when they come out. Like, we need info.
SRN forced the TP back from Starbound. Now the op has to get comfortable again. MIBR satisfied with the stress they've put WADADAA under.
I guess they just risk it and info this line. It's fine, I guess.
Especially when Adora threw a nade of her own or their own, and Bastarda, the op, gets that first blood yet again for MIBR. Now
That is the one thing I liked about when I watched Ascension, is that quite often in both Ascension and GC, we see a lot of Breach. And a lot of like KO. But this time around in Ascension, when I was doing like the desk, like almost no teams were playing like Breach and KO. And all the teams that did really, really well, like 3 out of 4, well, almost all of them played majority non-double initiator. So that's even becoming the case in GC too, I think. I think a slightly more double innie in GC, but it's nice to see that people aren't just they're giving us more.
This is gonna put fear into the eyes of MIBR. Maybe that's the intentions. Just the zoning goal
Yeah, I didn't think about that either. Like, Yoru got nerfed, but also because Innie's got nerfed, it means that Yoru didn't get as nerfed. Not only because it's harder to get a Yoru out of his position, but also because power balance wise, his initiation tools are still decent.
Hard for them to anchor on that spot. But now the value that Astralis could have, throwing the wall towards that staircase, the sonic sensors that they have so far against MIBR. But now this is a broken by 4 Guardians.
Any team you're rooting for.
And the best ult that they have is shadows. You see them.
We're kind of dying bad in EMEA for trophy, right? So I guess G2, but I'm not really saying it with my heart. Honestly, am I gonna annoy people? I think that Brazil deserves a win. But yeah. but some of the people who support Brazilian teams can irk me. But I do think that I think a Brazilian team winning would make me would be the best for the scene.
And it's gonna be Bastarda to help on the flood retake.
Doesn't get any more even than this last round of the half. PowerPick Soleil under fire as the Prowler will keep MIBR honest. Will keep them at that side as WADADAA try to out-rotate them. They know Lisa has
It's 4A. What are they doing? Are they gonna push out? What are they doing?
WADADAA on the edge of their seat.
KC favorites? I'll be honest. I forgot. Wait. KC were very good and then they lost the last 3 games. But did they qualify to champs anyway? By that point? I'm a little bit worried for EMEA. I'm a little bit worried.
Soleil, who won't be there or will be there to try to Prowler. Want to see something to catch Lisa. You gotta fully respect.
I imagine in VCT we will see a lot more double duelist, including the Waylay, probably Waylay quite a lot, and I think that we'll get double duelist and then we'll get smokes, fade most of the time, and then the +1 spot. Sorry, duelist. The +1 spot for like it would be. I would like to see Veto, but I don't think many teams will. I think we're gonna see the smart teams probably go to Viper. Maybe if there's no Veto, then Sage, and then the silly teams will be playing like Cypher. You know, like. Maybe Chamber, yeah. Maybe it goes Chamber here, though. Yeah. KJ. I think Killjoy's in that traditional Senti gap where it's just like, I think that because there's less initiator tools, that maybe the passive util would do stuff, but I don't think she's got many good maps in this map pool. Like on Lotus, she's still very strong. Apart from that, I don't think she's that necessary or that good.
Some seconds for WADADAA to reposition to create that crossfire on the high ground. Astralis gets ahead. It's 1 for 1. PowerPick Soleil with the cutoff. MIBR really splits.
It should be the same predominant meta that we have right now. It should be double duelist, double smokes, double Senti. The double senti should be chamber plus veto probably, and before it should have been vice plus chamber. But yeah, so it's not.
It matters the most. The Guardian against 2 rifles. Sayori at full health.
If we see mostly double duelist, then I think teams, the smart teams should be thinking about what is the best way to play against Yoruwele. Because unfortunately, it's hard. Because every argument that I have in my head for playing like Viper is because of all the initiator changes, but then some of that makes like double duelist plays pretty fine into Viper sometimes. I think Astra is always the best smoker, but so so I think that Astra should get more play because you can use her like an initiator. But not many teams like playing Astra. PG thinks Winsol. And kind of Brazil pilled. I think Astra is like, there are some maps where I don't mind Omen, but like I think Astra's always been underrated. I think that like Bind should be Astra. Split should be Astra. Sunset should probably be Astra. Lotus 50-50. Like this is in pre-nerf Omen. I think Haven I would give it to Omen, to be honest. Like I will give Haven to Omen. But even then Astra's fine. What else is in the current pool? Pearl is Astra. What one ways do you want to do? Abyss? Yeah, Astra. Yeah, so I think that I mean you could argue for Omen here too, and you could argue for Omen here too, maybe. I don't think you can really argue for Omen on these ones as much. Corrode, yeah, even Astra, yeah.
There's not even prize money on the line, so for an unsigned team for WADADAA, this is going to mean so much if they're able to make it to Korea, but it is such a powerhouse for MIBR. A double duelist on the attack side. That's going to render things very difficult for the WADADAA anchors to play, just like Abyss.
It feels weird. Probably an anti-strat, but 4 here, and then there's no noise. To put the wall here at start of round feels weird to me, because you know they're gonna be here.
They can win a pistol, but MIBR as a unit, it is so hard to peel them apart. The chemistry, it shows how they support each other. As MIBR hope to challenge this defense, and it's Astralis. No util to hold this back. Just the smoke is what separates the two. Powerpick Soleil with nothing as well. But rotations are on the way. Juna in a beautiful position for paranoia, but
I'm trying to do the speed up thing. Does it work?
put a more conservative smoke down to keep MIBR.
It's not working. Usually when I hold down mouse 1, it goes 2 times speed. Why is it not working?
But Starbound, we talk about Mel even, or Emily, sorry, talk about these positions from Starbound, not checked easy. Mel even, or Emily, sorry, talked about.
It's hard. Chamber, yeah, chamber is difficult.
Not checked easy TP out, first blood now on the side of WADADAA.
Good star. Ooh, that teleport back. It's all a fake. Starbound. Careful as Adora joins.
I mean, MIBR just need to abuse C.
Weak as they can be, but this time with the net at least
Oh,
for
shit.
Astralis, and it kind of misses.
You can use shift.
This will be
That's not speeding up or wait.
That'll be the second one in a 12 that they face so far in this tournament. Had already been pushed back towards the spawn.
Saying it one times though.
Come through. Now here comes the clear towards the spawn.
Lisa getting punished through the wall. The puncture.
Uh,
The resilience
it's because
of WADADAA.
oh, there's something going on with YouTube itself. They're not letting me play back this VOD
The isolation. Whoa, the puncture.
at like a higher speed.
Resilience of WADADAA. It's all on Mel. A quick headshot, and now the split apart. The isolations. Wait, WADADAA get on the spike. Starbound not gonna hold it. The hunt would reveal, and Melissa will readjust and maybe pull this off. It was just one bullet away. Has Starbound done it? They have. The hunt would reveal, and
Melissa.
get on the spike. Starbound not gonna hold it. The hunt would reveal, and Melissa will readjust and maybe pull this off. It was just one bullet away.
Ugh. Unlucky, I guess, but
As soon as you're starting to almost getting it there for the team. And that's an important pistol round for WADADAA, as I mentioned before. A huge confidence boost to get their second one in this tournament. Out of 12 pistols that they faced so far.
Better late than never.
how does Lotus play with the fade? I guess 60-second fade eye is fine. Still fade AA.
Yay, Juna. We'll take what she can get.
I think Omen for a long time will be kind of like Jet, where even Astra is better and other smokes comes out, people just lean on Omen because it's what they know. Pretty much, yeah. I agree. Yeah.
And the spike's not even down. And I don't think there's gonna be an alternative unless Bastarda creates one. It's just Sayori 4 HP. With a bulldog of all things, and what did I know? They just
After the part. Catching Juna off guard.
A Sky Resurgence in the air? I don't think so.
As I mentioned before, this could have. Now they only have the bulldog.
Sky? Don't think so. There's no point when Yoru exists.
chance for MIBR to close the gap to begin that
Like, if people don't play Vita, like, I'd rather play Teo, I think, than Sky.
in this LCQ for MIBR.
Ooh.
Adora will not fall for those silly
Oh, Juno's dead.
Bastarda, one of the duelists fall. And MIBR at least try to fill those shoes. It's a deep prowler and a boombot at breakable door.
I need to move this a little bit.
Checks and balances are there. But WADADAA prepare the line.
Such a tough spot to play there for Juna.
Adora's
Even if you're playing
half their
for
body's out.
advantage, Adora's already got the information for you. You can't swing out with your sheriff. Losing that also nullifies the flash flood that is needed for WADADAA to retake the site.
WADADAA.
Has to come down to gun battles.
Starbound holds the line. WADADAA trying to explore that staircase. I like that proactivity though from MIBR. They are going to be forced to corral back towards the site. PowerPixelA weighs their options carefully as Adora begins the battle for WADADAA, but SRN confirms 3. And
PowerPixel's name isn't PowerPixelA, right?
has to cross the road.
Is it PowerPixelA?
Trying to just isolate a battle. The double swing will
I always just call them PowerPixel.
MIBR take their first round of the second half.
Again, it was just so tough. Nice. You get value if you want to play that spot behind at the bottom of the staircase. Just hide in that corner. Listen to the information, because now they have to tap door. They have to move up. They have to break the break room door to get into the B site. That'll give you an opportunity to get a little bit more. I'm nitpicking here because it was still just a bonus round for WADADAA. But that was.
Oh.
I'm nitpicking here because it was still just a bonus round for WADADAA. But that was at least a good shot now.
Wow. Your top frag's dead. Your
Instant all again. Okay.
MIBR. SRN's at 20 kills, doubling the kills of even some of her own teammates. That's huge for WADADAA. And just the threat alone of Starbound with the op on the right side. Not even accessible to the Prowler.
I mean, it's probably an anti-shot.
MIBR to have very limited routes to take.
MIBR playing. They're not even breaking this wall.
You have a double up on B.
Like the game is over if they're not. But the wall is gone already. Yeah. I don't.
You have a double
Yeah.
up on B, so WADADAA
gone.
on their approach.
Playing it safe now, playing contact to watch that cross to get Starbound prepared. So right now you're trying to set this fake TP for some noise to be made towards this A site. So you're double pumping so that Lisa, sorry, can maybe get a backstab.
The deadlock was being used so early that it's gone naturally by the time MIBR are doing stuff sometimes. Not sure about that.
See if Starbound will try to escape once this door opens.
3B ready.
Drift. It's all a ruse. MIBR want to try and break up this double up, and Sayori begins to escalate things.
Parapixel's position was kind of awkward.
They hold their ground quite well as a break up ends. If Starbound will try to escape once this door opens. Dimensional drift begins to down quite well in the process. Wait, 4 seconds left.
Wait, what?
Hectic. I'm getting the spike down before getting too ahead of themselves, but wait, things are looking hectic. So Sayori makes the call. 4 seconds left. Astralis could clutch it here, and they do.
Save a weapon into the next round. The instant taps, but also only the haunt getting information.
I wish it wasn't paused. I want to see that live. 1 time speed. They should have given Sky her rechargeable back. I mean, if people are annoyed by Overwhelm Util and 60-second cooldowns are the result of that complaint, there's no way that they should be bringing back Sky's recharge. Even I'm scared of that. Wait, why is it pixel? Pixelated.
So the default that you have around the setups of WADADAA has always been like the
WADADAA.
here the right spots. So I your hand lines.
So fantastic for Starbound. Decisions that they force MIBR to make with just their presence alone. And MIBR have never shied away from a fight. And Bastardo will be the one. Could be sacrificed. Can't be SRN though. That was soul crushing.
The cheeky Omen spot. I think I'd prefer chamber playing here just because it's easier to escape.
Towards the C site, and MIBR reads it off the timeout. We're gonna instantly break it, and this is how you want to play against this double senti comp. You want to slow things down for a bit. You're even blocking the line of sight now of the op. So another avenue that
I guess they got the op up though.
To try to force these rotates. It'll come down to that, but unfortunately, still a death. And if they still pivot towards this C site though, even though they broke the wall, you still have Astralis with a net.
A full minute of flashes. Oh, I see what you mean. A recharge flash with a minute. Nah. I don't know. Maybe.
They choose to do that. The net is going to grab one. Adora with their second kill in this round. MIBR really left with nothing. 1 versus 4 for Mel. 30 seconds left. The position, a good work on.
And it looked like they were about to clear that corner on the seaside walk-up. Right there.
Oh, Adora. Juna did well. Okay, MIBR, show us something. Do you just not like this map? Do MIBR like this map at all? Or is it just WADADAA? I was sick of this map.
And now in the 4th map in all of these encounters, overall, they're about to get their first one.
They're not bad at this map, but it is a shaky map for them.
Astralis tries to get ahead. Did catch someone in the net. Oh, it was a decoy. At least Astralis gets away. The paranoia just has to spam and hold on. And MIBR weakened, but not done. Important recovery and upgrade on the weapon. But MIBR did get
Sayori?
Sayori in an awkward position, and MIBR just have to hold the angles and sacrifice their captain.
PP, good.
Can't depend on
There's no time though.
MIBR just turtle up with just the spike. The only thing really going for them is WADADAA picked that apart.
Oh, there's plenty of time. What am I talking about? They got 4 people alive. I'm an idiot. Okay. Alright, let's see some gun rounds.
Astralis maybe would have so close to actually get a huge lineup while she was fully blind. And maybe a Phantom instead of a Vandal, but that's just Potato, potato. It was still a nice retake for WADADAA to put themselves in prime position to close out this map.
MIBR have ended at B a few times, and how many people are left from WADADAA? It is so impossible to keep any space to even extend out. SRN, the big win condition is behind this showstopper, or behind this nightfall here from Mel.
That's a nice fade seize. Just try and delay.
Try and draw out util and fire.
Face your fear!
And there is the nightfall. Power Pixel A, get out of the way! Showstopper's making room! And that's all it needed to do was put fear. You would like
I don't know if it was a good use of the seize, but it was creative.
as deadly as ever. The firepower on this team cannot be measured. And what an angle from Lisa to shut down the flank. So what did I gotta do this the old-fashioned way? And it's a band-aid on the wound as MIBR fall back to the site after that kill from WADADAA. Respecting now the op that's gonna come through on the waterfall side. Sayori is as composed as ever. MIBR gotta go the distance. And Starbound did get marked and will try to escape with the op.
You see that Lisa's trying to hunt them down. They could get the ult into the next round too. That could keep them alive in the next. Surprisingly enough, though, that we didn't go for the Nightfall Annihilation for the retake towards spawn, but they wanted to make sure that the coast was cleared towards the back while they're trying to flood in before, potentially. They both get caught off guard. If you're prepared to play here, you can already see it. The position here from Juna, she's looking to Paranoia off the tap of the orb. And the first layer is the contact. The Starbound who gets damaged. But that's not over yet. As soon as you move forward and like, okay, well, we got that pick. We can still get this orb. The Paranoia, Annihilation, and also Paint Shells is going to come out.
MIBR not going to wait for it. Power Pixel A lines up for the Odin spray. Even a Nightfall to be self-sufficient, because WADADAA are quite far away
That's not Nightfall.
from rotating to help Power Pixel A, their IGL.
Echo Zero. What do you usually look at when you're VOD reviewing? It depends in what context I'm VOD reviewing. In this context, I've been very lazy and not very locked in, and I'm just feeling out what the teams play like, just because I'm interested by GC. When I'm usually doing these VOD reviews, I'm looking for macro things, like, do they put the agents in the spots that I think they should be at? Do they pick the right agents? Do they push when they should? Do they rotate when they should? Do they retake like they should? You know what I mean? The bigger picture macro things is what I'm usually looking for. If they give me some nice little micro things to do, to look at, then I'll talk about it. But usually I'm not really concerned about the micro as much. The overall macro strategic decision making. Do I know Foot's roster? No. No. No, I don't. I'm a little bit worried for them though. Teams keep getting better, and Foot need a bit of a rebuild.
Check every side.
You got to save here. I mean, you're going to try to play it to your favor. Dota False is available into the next round. WADADAA could still buy the next as well. The thing is that walk down in front of that front B site, the fact that Lisa was still able to get
Foot is the crew of EMEA.
on two players pushing down, catching her off guard, which was actually not even looking in the front of the B site.
I'd argue their stocks are dipped a bit below Crew's.
Feeling that they're so close to the victory, but the more that out on the top of the boxes, free kills from Judah, misses the shot, she gets punished Starbound to step.
Now it's Juna that gets the op that was recovered by Astralis from C-Mound before.
Is Fade just better than Server on Crud? I think with the new meta, Fade is strictly better than Server on almost every map, apart from like specific cases, because you just have more util than the Sova. It was already becoming the case that Fade was getting better than Sova. But I think strictly speaking now it is better. I think Sova suits double initiator meta more, I think. Because its initiator util is more powerful to take space, but not as he has more quality, less quantity, is the way I'd say. Yeah. The drone is now too bad, like so shit on defense for info that like you can't really get info appropriately. So I think Sova on attack is still decent, but you don't get to flex around the map as easily. You don't get to work the map as easy. On defense, I think he's become like extremely bad as like an info agent, because of the old nerfs with his drone, and obviously now 60-second cooldown.
It's going to be important for this fight, but Flash out of position. Great showing from MIBR. Utilize that util to get WADADAA on the back foot. And now to get as much coverage as you can with the Steel Garden. Popping it into tree. We're just letting the rest of the util do all the talking. And now the Steel Garden will reach all the way up to the back site, but WADADAA can hug the corner. And perhaps they'll have a fighting chance. The surprise MIBR, but now revealed. High the Seas is not going to want to get naded either. Zadora knows her position is
2 ops on the retake. If I was casting, I'd be like saying about 2 ops on the retake, and then they just win the round anyway. Okay, never mind. Save the op. Okay, never mind. Win the round. Wait. Wait. Lisa? Oh, okay. Yeah, the double up on the retake worked fine. Absolutely no problems. Because I'm a fraud. I'm gonna go toilet. Votes on Kiko to NRG. Pretty good move for both teams, I guess. For both parties. As in for Kiko and for NRG. I could be better ult. I think server ult is better than Fado. Shadow stocks? I'd have to trial him to know where his stocks are at. I don't think his stocks are massive. I'll be right back. I think with Shados, it's just hard to judge players who haven't been on good teams for a while. Like, or even, it's hard to judge players' skill based on being in a team that's not done very well. So if they did pick him up, I would obviously still hold him to a pretty high standard. But I would be pleasantly surprised if he was like really good, you know? Does that make sense? I don't put any huge stocks on him, but at the same time, we know he is capable of like doing stuff.
MIBR, but again, to reiterate, if you've just tuned in now, this is a lot of reactions post into that series, post into that day that the jitters were actually really there for the side of WADADAA, for the newcomer stepping up on the stage, Astralis, Juna, Adora. But this time, it's different. You finally have a map in
Lane flash.
your belt for this series. It's tight 1-1, and Starbound still will want to try to battle on middle on Ascent here.
Your TP for sight. I thought that they would put the TP here.
Why?
I guess it's risky with the jet dash, but
Starbound washed, not even gonna risk it for the biscuit. Immediately dips, and that's where they can kind of combine with Power Pixel A and even the.
I'm so. Is it Power Pixel? It's kind of annoying me that I'm now might be saying it wrong. It's both. Okay. A devious stat on Bind Starbound was 6 out of 45 in op kills per shot. That's a bit of a nasty stat.
Of MIBR. But Sayori doesn't have the flash. It's just a paranoia from
What?
Lisa, and it's enough to destabilize Starbound, who's at least still good for one. But MIBR, they watch the left, they watch to the right, they cross both sides. And
No, Juna has no flash. Juna getting a kill that's kind of big. Oh, Juno's done incredible. Juno was someone who has been watching this series and thinking, like, getting a bit worried about, but this was a very good start.
Got the right click onto them and got their one piece. And you'll take it for sure. Another important pistol round now as WADADAA. This is a different story for sure, as you've mentioned, Lemon.
Behind the box. Isn't this better on top of the box? No. I guess this is fine. Okay.
Now that you see WADADAA being able to win pistol rounds as well, they are going to start looking dangerous.
Yeah, the one pistol they did take against Akabe led them to that final victory. It was like a 10-2 half though, but WADADAA, you see so much momentum and morale on WADADAA's side. Are quick to ramp up speed-wise, and Starbound quick to put Sayori down, and that's such a killer. There's no other option for MIBR unless they think they have enough time. Now the Stinger up close. MIBR want to get this over.
They all, the default positions and how you're actually setting your lines for your chamber stays very similar, but the difference is once Starbound gives up that line, there's already a player up there to help. You already saw there it was Adora with the Stinger just at the entrance. The previous round in the pistol round, even though it looked like they gave up middle, there was still Power Pixel A playing back towards that spawn.
I don't have any VODs lined up now. For today, I'm gonna barely get through this, I think, if I can. In future days, I will watch just more favorites of GC. I might not be able to get through every team.
She was at Fox's on Lotus on the C site. It's not the first time.
Saying, okay, we forced the TP, let's just start running it down because we have better firepower. WADADAA are doing a great job stalling in these moments.
It's not the first time that
They keep doing like bait and switch subs.
Just like she was at Fox's on Lotus on the C site.
Why is Vice not got any util? Where is the Vice util? Oh, the Vice flash is here. Weird.
Done spot to be bailed out. Just like she was at Fox's
See you, Anima.
Lotus on the C site. They don't go for these spots too often, and I don't think anyone the plate for that. SRN now knows.
I mean, I'll watch. If I get to it, I might watch Nine Tails, but I'm not sure.
Anyone is gonna lock eyes with her. Now somebody's got to do something, and MIBR get active, and it starts to reveal these positions. Is now Juna will have to use Thorns to get out, but this nade from the KJ is making things a little difficult. Still some space to work with. The fall back, Power Pixel A with the Sheriff continues to deliver crucial kills. MIBR stuck with a paranoia right through A main.
What happened this round? B main pressure. It's a fake for A. I don't mind what MIBR are doing. This duel was massive though. SRM made too much noise. And there's enough time. I think this activates too early. Like this activating with this is fine. But after this goes down, it's 4v5. I think they just chill and wait for the 2 to come do something, because they're kind of activating 2v. They're just walking into people, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They still have 30 seconds left.
Strong defense after what Astralis put up with the paranoia on A. Tejuna being flawless so far at B. I think she was 4-0.
Oh my god.
MIBR.
I was about to say out loud, like, Starband's being kind of... Starband's being kind of owned by the Initiate util this game. And then I was thinking, I wonder what they can do. And then the reclear drone angle was pretty good. See you, Cleo.
Seeming so unbeatable. Astralis will go 1-for-1, trimming down MIBR on the approach. Lisa not going to be in range of a rifle. And now out of arm's reach at Bastarda that has to do it all on her own. Knows she's surrounded. Doesn't feel safe enough to go for the plant and at least buys herself some time. Hiding down below.
It's my first time doing a whole team, not just a single player. Do you have any advice?
Watch what she can do. Look at that. Quick frame, quick flick.
Coaching individually is usually coaching for micro level things. Like, it's usually about mechanics and more micro decision making. So I would imagine in the context of that I feel like coaching for a team is much more about from strategic, from like the actual gameplay point of view, it's from like it's more macro, right? You're thinking about more things connecting, and it's less individual. But I guess the biggest thing is just like the difference between holding the mentality of one player versus a team. Like, how do you become a team? Like, when you coach one person, they don't have to negotiate with anyone. There's no compromises. They're just compromising with themselves. And, you know, coaching a team of 5 people plus yourself, it's gonna be like, how do you facilitate conversations and make them work together, you know? Most of coaching is just making people work together in a healthy way and communicate effectively.
And they're going to try to pit on middle is nothing new. They've punished Starbound on this very map yesterday in these very positions.
Like, I like to think about coaching through the macro strategic lens a lot of the time, and like think about like ways in which teams should be playing. But ultimately, it's all nonsense for what the... It's all just a basic vision or identity that I have, and then the important stuff is actually probably all of the other stuff. Yeah. Usually, like, it's pretty easy to start working with a team and then just identify where they're strong and weak and figure out, just problem solve as you go. Are the vibes good? Are people communicating effectively? Are people turning up on time? Are people putting in extra effort? Individually, are people making mistakes when it comes to decision making, or are they just not good mechanically, or what is the strengths and weaknesses? It's not very daunting if you just think of coaching a bit like that. MIBR are getting fucking owned, but they...
Spotting Astralis, tries to play as anti-flash as they can, and it's the flood in, and MIBR don't have any legs left underneath them.
What have they done this round? Chamber mid. 4 mid trap.
WADADAA had a little bit of time between the marathon that was yesterday and
That Yori breaking the drone is like, now what?
Oh, and stop. Yeah.
Nothing.
Why are they greeting
Find that
smokes?
Starbound
This smoke is
on this very map
pointless.
yesterday. And he's very
Against
good with
chamber, this smoke is pointless. Just need to smoke mid. Smoke middle, please.
Here.
Like Starbound has a sense of where SRN's gonna show this op at. WADADAA had a little bit of time between the marathon that was yesterday and to did ran down, and it's weird to see them at 0-4. And when it rains, it pours. WADADAA just in full control, like I said, of this map.
And that's the buddy system I was talking about too. Having a Dora to break the drone so that Starbound can hold the aggressive angle. Beautifully done. Starbound saw that flash coming from miles away and gets the easy pick, allowing a 2-player advantage for WADADAA this round.
Got recons and shock bolts and flashes in the arsenal. Oh, the recon won't be spotting Astral as he tries to play as anti-flash as they can, and it's the flood in, and MIBR don't have any legs left underneath them. The Sayori will still march. She even has Power Pixel A on the back foot, and the door closes. An isolate.
Generator right over answer rounds on WADADAA's defense, which is quite surprising too. When MIBR has done such a good job against that defense of WADADAA the last time around, but when you're playing against a team that don't look like they're missing now, it's hard to really find these rounds on your attack side in this default comp.
SRN trying to get into critical range for the Stinger. Still searching for Horror for his kill, and Adora just wipes the floor, almost the quickest ace. And now Mel is left stranded, and Power Pixel A gifting the ace to the new duelist on the team. Finally, Adora has come here to play.
And Adora has started to light up the stage since the game against Akave. A very slow start. Having to play into a brand new system.
I mean, I'm
of
sorry, I
WADADAA.
did not see that.
Last minute sub coming through to replace Sleepy Aria. Femboy couldn't join the teammates on this stage. But then you're starting to see the value that Adora brings to a team and the reason why and how they were scouted by King Fred, by Jerkin, by probably the players around WADADAA.
Sorry.
They're looking like a well-oiled machine from top to bottom, anchoring to entries. MIBR.
Oh, so
Push towards B.
desperate, and just no other way. MIBR so stubborn, and they lose. They just get hosed down by bullets, and MIBR bought up where the economy is. They're gonna start to drown. They gotta keep their heads above water. Oh, and now SRN's 0-7. WADADAA, what a flip of the switch.
Spike
Also
down
about to be
B.
0-7 at the score line too. The flotation devices after drowning were the weapons to carry over to the next round, and it almost looks like they won't be able to do that. Already
guys.
doing a cutting the rotates, and yeah, that's no weapons. Another flawless, a super clean one too. Look at how they, you mentioned it, Lemon Kiwi, a desperate one to try to entry towards this B site with a null command. And the stall that came through from the Razor Vines, I don't think they expected another one or something like that through the smoke. They ran through, they're getting damage at the same time while they're trying to run across after the Odin spray. So hard. When you're not breaking the util right there on the side of MIBR, it just looks like a fortress that you're not going to be able to penetrate.
This hasn't been a good attacking option for MIBR.
Yeah, sorry, ADHD unk.
Previously,
Maybe I'm not ready to come back to watch Valorant yet. Maybe I need to get a longer break.
So, that said, back into the action as we're still floating around the map. It is a desperate push from MIBR into the A site.
Drone contact, MIBR
I think I might need to take a longer break.
Finally, SRN puts the cape on her back.
Or maybe I just need to play ranked or something. Maybe I'm just not in the mood to do VOD reviews.
The first time MIBR can themselves.
You're telling me the Ascent default comp isn't fun to watch? Maybe it's the, I don't know. I played some Valorant though. I got nothing to do tomorrow. Maybe I'll just play Valorant.
WADADAA's MIBR are left without looking like a fighting chance, but wait, with just the sheriff, with Lisa getting a 3K? Holy, she's doing it again, and Starbound will have to save the op.
Lisa's able to save that with a nice shot on
7-1.
and also bet is the BR.
Okay, I might be able to sneak some rounds at the end, I guess.
The silver lining from MIBR to eliminate those ultimates for now.
I'm also kind of hungry.
SRN start getting energized too, having to go on some solo adventure. Now drone v drone, reveal on MIBR in mid, something that Starbound has to watch. It just through the smoke, the fire, the flames. SRN gets her revenge, and MIBR step up to the plate. Kind of split though, as someone has to address Juna and this Odin. That's poking away at SRN. She has her hands full with this Odin, but someone has to make the space and get access Juna. And it's Bastard, a beautiful shot.
A well drawn behind that smoke.
Fucking Sayori's just in. Lisa, sorry, it's just.
Hey, there's the engage for WADADAA. Wall and Lisa.
Starbound falls caught in her rock IBR, so
Did they just keep going B? I wonder if they just keep going B.
After Juna spotted players in pressure from the B side and looking in B. And now what's the reaction?
Have the orb, but MIBR also don't want to just shift over an ace from the win.
I'm a mastermind of Valorant. I know. A mastermind.
And after that kill on Juna, MIBR comfortable to get the spike down. They'll be up to maybe Starbound, but now breaking this door will just make it obvious.
So B twice in a row. What's the next move? Is it B again, or is it a fake?
Now having to find a different angle on this door. Kill.
Or is it anti-eco? What's Fred's response? Heavier B sub.
With support as well from Adora. Or just watching that line if somebody's jump spotting on down middle once again. And as they break this util, and you're forcing the hands of MIBR in the extremities, you still have some good stalls. Razor vines on both sides, the wall, the paranoia coming out from Astralis. But they are playing in pretty much one and done spots here for the defensive extremities. So you have to be a little bit more proactive on mid now.
And Juna can jump down and fall back as soon as danger faces, so...
I like this sub. It's a very nice bait and switch. The best subs WADADAA have done are basically the ones where like Chambers getting like it is around the chamber and the bait around the chamber. That was nice by Adora. But again, B. Juna got the kill. Juna needs to chill. I don't mind. Is this a 2v4? No. Okay. 9-3? No, 8-4.
Potentially now WADADAA running away with this half. Well, they already have an 8-3 is a pretty good start. 9-3 would be even better. Versus the last time they had this result against MIBR, they only were able to get 6 in total.
Fake B. Okay, so they are pretty much doing the rhythm that I was thinking. Started abusing B a lot. I have to time out, chill out a little bit. And then a fake B.
So MIBR very smart to head elsewhere. Look how much headway Bastarda has created. Juna swap sights, and it's Lisa.
Juna gets caught out a little bit though.
Duel loss in the previous round after the ult. Spike is down. MIBR gonna make this as close as possible. Paranoia right in the path of WADADAA.
Oh.
As Lisa at 30 HP is gonna hold on. Sayori, all the util throw now for MIBR, and it's
Okay, it was 8-4. Wait, what? Next is a 2v4?
Now we're fragging IG. Neutral throw now for MIBR.
No way.
It
Do they
is
win
just the
this?
recon for Mel that they have left, and no star duelist to help them. Now we're fragging IGL, steps up to the plate as Power picks LA with Astralis. And the spike is ticking down, and Astralis makes it easier. Oh, but this hiding goes
No.
deep.
Yeah.
Não have that soon.
Delay Astralis were cool. It's a nice little. That said, the community that we have built up here throughout the years for game changers. That said, though, MIBR defensive side aggressive pushes. A couple of pop shots found here on the side of SRN, but that's gonna stall this early aggression, and WADADAA now has the upper hand to start taking control of the map.
Really crucial pistol for MIBR. It's okay to have a slow start, but it's how you end that matters. Not being used to being at a deficit like this, and you could tell that it's made them angry, but they're as resilient as ever. They just put it a lot on themselves to step up, so MIBR, it's now or never. But WADADAA are going to take their time to work the map. Who's looking around mid? Is anyone taking advantage of that lapse? It's going to be this KJ util from Bastarda. It's going to be triggered here early, and WADADAA is going to wait this out. And Sayori has nothing to throw at them, but rather support on the site. Till from advantage, but WADADAA to start. Defensive side,
They
aggressive
peek
stall.
B and they're full read.
WADADAA now has the
for
Take.
MIBR. It's okay to have a slow start, but it's how you end that matters.
On a pistol round, A is easy to retake. Like way, like so easy on a on a pistol. I think that SRN should have stayed.
As resilient as ever. They just put it a lot on themselves to step up, so WADADAA are going to take their time to work the map. Who's looking around mid? Is anyone taking advantage of that lapse? It's going to be this KJ util from Bastarda. It's going to be triggered here early. And
Is there any unique comps you've seen so far since new patch? I've not been involved in any professional Valorant, so I don't know.
On the other side, SRN can pick timing. Now layers of smokes, and it's a little troublesome, but the crossfire is still the bread and butter of MIBR. Astralis already 2 kills this round though, and it's gonna be the end of WADADAA.
Right, spawn push smoke being thrown. So there was the walkout smoke being thrown on the defensive side, and then there was already the attack smoke towards that spawn. So it created the extra layer that didn't allow WADADAA to get the cleanest of pushes inside that smoke. And the idea was to crunch on that side, allowed for you to pivot towards the A side, another 3 versus 1 push on that end with a solo anchor on A. But the story was written that MIBR is gonna shut them down on that push and win the pistol finally. An important one on their side to bring this game back.
No, I'm not on the talent team for game changers now.
Grown up to be. Nice
It would have been fun,
side, and Bastarda with
but
the
no.
judge. It's gotta be a no-go everywhere.
But the story was written that MIBR is gonna shut them down on that push and win the pistol finally. An important one on their side to bring this game back.
Who you plan to review after MIBR? I've been so bad in this VOD review that I need to just lock in if I'm gonna do more. So I don't know. I think I should do more. It's just I've been very bad.
She grabs hold of this round.
I don't think I'm gonna do every team because
Last one, the only element they have is the mystery, and the mystery has been solved. And MIBR begin to close the gap.
Looks like it was just
because
making some noise
I'm
coming
struggling
back
to
towards this B
concentrate.
site, but Power Pixelay was never really fully inserted into B yet until we started making some noise, or when we started making some noise over on that A side.
I think I've just watched too much Valorant recently, and I'm just done with the year. Like I don't have anything else this year to do, and so like it's hard for me. And there's a new patch, so like I'm trying to get back into like doing some Valorant stuff, but maybe I don't know. I need to realize how much I need to lock in. is not coming naturally to me right now.
It's enough to keep WADADAA honest. Sayori needs to live
Sayori
nice
Judge,
out
KO
there.
Judge, Sad Hat cosplayer.
Limit WADADAA's options on how to get into this part of the map.
Nice spam from Mo.
Sayori's so injured and needs to live on.
It is just a sense standard comp though. Like, it's gonna be Server with Killjoy. Server Killjoy. Jet is the Joker who can just go anywhere on the map, and then it's Omen KO. Like, it's not gonna be too much to say, is there? The fact that Sayori is using a Judge on KO is like the most interesting thing.
Sayori's so injured and needs to live on for these flashes to kind of create a good fight opportunity for MIBR as WADADAA begin the press. Not going in.
I don't think hybrid changes will be in GCC.
SRN will still keep WADADAA in the trenches.
They're too far to set the TP, so you can't really commit into tree.
Why is WADADAA just...
Kind of create a good fight opportunity for MIBR.
Did this duel go weird? Got killed by a Judge.
Can't really commit into tree.
Yeah.
Beginning, but teams outside of WADADAA, that's perfect. That line to break the timing of the util to get some picks. So unfortunately, going into an eco round, WADADAA going for a semi G2 bot.
Are they gonna have to force to pivot and
The fuck's going on my internet?
Not gonna be a fun fight. If you expect MIBR to be playing at the back of B, it's gonna be a range that Stingers are not gonna have as much fun in. Be worried about getting around through mid, and they just wanted to keep getting exposed, and they really need an advantage if they hope to.
Far to try to get the mid-round info. A gap right now.
So I like this from... I don't mind this from MIBR. Just playing like anti-eco, Jet, get a free kill, dash away 5v4 retake. It's not the worst idea. Stingers though are kind of brutal, so you do want some kill pressure coming in from Omen hopefully too. There are also some flashes you could do over the top for the Jet to re-peek.
WADADAA, unless SRN could land two amazing shots with the Outlaw on that hit.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
SRN.
What is Lisa doing?
Happy the 2 bullets are done with, and now they get to laugh this one off.
That's our retake fucked. Like, if we just have paranoia for the retake, we are in a good position.
Smokes too to confirm the plant. Seoden creating some pressure as WADADAA almost wanted to engage off the reload. Now nowhere to be found. WADADAA just playing time, playing their lives. The high ground demolished, and MIBR stopped the ground with WADADAA players. And it's Starbound, the lone wolf, 1 versus 2. Oh, and MIBR have the read on where Starbound ended up at. The fuse being held.
Nice.
And the plant was in that
KO.
spot. First pick came out on, and then the G2 Stinger buy was mixed with Frenzy, so they still have so many bullets to mow down close range battles. Versus 2.
On losses.
And SRN try SRN into the front line.
What?
On the round. You're just trying to get SRN into the front lines in the middle with the Odin.
It's good. MIBR still have the op that has to watch mid, and Sayori at least will have a smoke in front to help.
Usually that kind of play you do with the smoke down. Do it with the smoke so that you can just kill for free through the smoke and you don't take a duel. And the other option was to like just use the wall to spray through. A bit weird to go for the full peak, especially with the Odin. Was it to try and deny the orb? Yeah, it was.
Not even playing an ult on the round. You're just trying to get SRN into the
Yeah. Usually smoke there. It gives it away a little bit because who the fuck smokes that early? But have I played at all during your break since the patch? I played a couple of games with Team Liquid's manager, Eamon. I played one game by myself, and I played like 3 games with him, or two games maybe, or maybe 2 by myself, 2 with him. I've been doing pretty well, I think. I still think I'm gonna play Fade though. I'll play a lot of Fade, and then either Phoenix, Raze, Clove if I need to.
And Lisa teleporting over. We'll do this together. I get to watch both doorways. And WADADAA put on the press. Not a lot of util to be thrown inside of this closet.
13 seconds.
Don't want to stagger in. It's a double swing.
I mean, what are they supposed to do though? If a door is dead, how do they clear this out?
So they can't push aggressive playing this solo.
I guess they need to shorty jump into this smoke with a shorty, right? So it is awkward to. I don't understand. I don't know what WADADAA they're supposed to do here. They got no util.
Get util in that back, try to flood in behind, but where's that util? When Juno's already trying to, instead of wide swing, if you don't have util to swing towards that back of the site, the first player has to full wide swing. If not, you're stopping everybody in their tracks, and they can't trade effectively. So everybody goes.
They needed to time. What they needed to do was to, like, it's really difficult to organize this, but someone needed to stand in the smoke, and then they needed to run through at the same time. That's basically what they needed to do. This person probably can have just a shorty running through the smoke.
No element of surprise. MIBR now take the lead. A small mistake.
I would make that into, if I was casting, I think I'd be trying to make that into a compositional point and talk about how, like, this composition, it doesn't have the tools at times to deal with things like that, and you have to be extremely good at understanding your trading and spacing and, like, doing stuff dry. Maybe I played very well around that.
Now haven't picked up a single round in this second half. Still with the defaults. To iron out the best opportunity. All things. To create an obstacle course. To create the chaos that MIBR thrive in. And with this lower by.
Should I do that? Like, at the start of stage 2, what did I do? I was talking about double initiator being crap. I talked about sheriffs on pistol rounds and vibes. I think all 3 of those things are true, right? Energy, Fnatic, Grand Finals of Champs, sheriffs, kinda. Double innie. Oops. 100%. Energy were the closest with a team playing, with Ethan playing more KO than other teams.
But at least they still live. That's my hope for MIBR. But there's support, there's flashes, there's Sayori in the wings. And WADADAA didn't even use that window to engage in, really respecting the offer from SRN and going elsewhere.
Dora gets all the info. They can move in now for the Steel Garden. This will be an advantage now for WADADAA to overtake the A site.
Adora has to decloak after the rest of the team got blinded by the Omen, and Dora was what they can. WADADAA only have a few more seconds to plant, and MIBR can't prevent it.
Do you think teams will compensate for lack of refresh util with more double initiator meta? I think this is that question is one of the most interesting things when it, like, I really think that it how do I explain this? I think it really shows like the thought process behind people if they think that you should double down into bad things. Like I think this was mostly Boo's response on Twitter was like him saying that like, oh, Double Initiate would be more popular now. And it's like, why do you want to double down on things that are bad? Like, I don't really understand. Like, maybe isn't that just the most logical thing to be like, oh, the thing that got nerfed the most, instead of trying to compensate for its nerf by adding more of those things, isn't the real logic there that if you do that, you are playing more stuff that's bad and you are losing out on a ton of opportunity cost? Isn't it better to just accept that you cannot do what initiators used to do and play a style of the game that uses the agents that are not being nerfed as much? Like, isn't that the correct way of thinking? Isn't that the more logical, rational way? But this question, though, it's the first time. It's one of the first times I think that it might expose people's critical thinking or like some kind of strategic foundation or like the ways in which people think about game theory or problem solving. Like, I would presume that there are ways in which I apply logic to Valorant that mean that I'm probably pretty good at other things when it comes to like game theory-esque approaches. And this is one of the first times where I feel like it's almost like thinking in terms of like game theory, if that makes sense. Game theory being like, you know, not Valorant as the not game theory isn't Valorant theory. I mean like game theory isn't like, you know, strategic thinking. Yeah. I wish there were more questions like that we could use to try and understand people's thought processes and approaches. It's almost like I'd love to have like a discussion with like 5 people at once and just ask that one question and see where that like, because I presume I'm not cocky enough to say that that's 100% correct what I'm saying. But if I'm not correct, then my entire understanding of strategy I think falls apart. Like my entire decision-making processes and problem-solving processes when it comes to like new things is just wrong if I'm wrong about this and I'm a fraud basically. Because that is the logic I have been applying for several years now. So yeah. Yeah.
But can still live on and thrive with
Like I've accidentally been correct about some stuff if what we're talking about now I'm wrong about, if that makes sense. How do you identify what's strong when you go into a new thing? I've been thinking about this a lot. So the first thing you need to identify is what was strong before. So if I was potentially going to make a video about the new patch, and you have to create a very solid foundation and understanding and shared understanding about what you think was strong before in order to talk about the new patch. Because a lot of the times, if you're referring about the new stuff, you can't do that without a reference to what has happened before. And I don't think that people are at like S+ understanding of like what was happening. The devs, I think, the devs are usually pretty smart, but I'm pretty confident the devs didn't have any idea what was strong before because of the way they were nerfing things. Like usually they're pretty on it, but I think they were out of the loop this time around. So I think you have to create like a very in order to know what is strong now, you need to know what strong was before. Is the most important thing.
That was perfect there to get WADADAA that plant on the A site. Even if you're playing with, you know, a shotgun towards that back, a shorty towards the back of the generator, there's other players still rotating across that have.
I think I'm getting what you're saying. Bear with me. Are you thinking that this is an instance where game theory is so important because of the paradigm shift, because you're trying to predict how others will adjust given your environment? I wasn't even thinking like that. No, I might not even be using game theory in the correct way. I think that, for instance, if we're going to use game theory as an example, I'm just going off on a tangent. Veto, I think is really strong, but if you look at someone like Anders' list for like champs that are strong and not strong, his list is on the theory that Veto is strong. And so you'll see agents that are very low on the list that otherwise would be high on the list because Veto exists. My counter to that, though, is that I don't think Veto will be played very much at all. I think that people are going to ignore his power, and therefore a lot of Anders' list towards the bottom end of it start becoming very strong again. I kind of just have a good feeling and sense for what teams think is good and strong. Like, I know the ways they think. I think that they won't. I think Veto will not give them. Like, there is a very real possibility that Veto is not as good as I'm thinking. On the surface, Veto. It's the interceptor. It's all about the interceptor. And people won't use the interceptor particularly well. And then the second thing is they might not use the TPs very well. They might try to play like a chamber initially and then realize that they're not a chamber. And then you have to be a bit more creative with the ways that you're playing. You either have to play like passive and then you're like TPing off the site, or there is a way, and I have not thought about it for a second, but there is a way that you can play like a bit more rotational too. I was looking at pro stuff, and you can play like a rotator almost. I don't know if you can do it on this map, but let's say like for example, like imagine you could play like you could play here, but still TP fast to A, and then you could have maybe your second TP here, so you can bunker B or something. You know, like you could play like almost like a middle of the map kind of agent, maybe. Like, that's the thing that I'm thinking about right now. I think that the easiest thing to think about with that character is that like you can play very much like a passive chamber, you know. This side of the map is kind of shit though, I think, because like you can't just have your TP here and TP from here. I don't think, but you can definitely do it on A side. I think Veto on attack is pretty hard to even play even on lurks. You shouldn't be lurking with this character. It's a pack agent. You would play chamber with the Veto, I think, and then the chamber becomes the lurker. Or if you're playing Viper with it or something, the Viper's the lurker.
Really good execution on the side of WADADAA. Nice little pivot towards the end on how they cooked it up for.
Or if you play Yoru, unironically, the Yoru becomes the lurker if you're playing double duelist Veto solo. Do you think people played Yoru to counter Vice or the other way around? Nope. People didn't play Yoru to counter Vice. People played Yoru in 2024 because Yoru was fucking broken. And then in 2025, the discourse became far too potent on the idea that Yoru was good with Teo and a good counter to Vice. These are true, but the real reason was because Yoru was fucking broken. It was already very good, and then every time I heard it was like, it's very good with Teo, and it's very good against Vice. I'm like, yeah, sure, but it's also broken. Like, it doesn't matter. These things would be irrelevant. If these things didn't exist, Euro would still be fucking broken. Like, it was disgusting.
Here, there's no game plan from Fred that I would think that say, hey, if you guys are on a
It is still the best duelist in the game, and it just got nerfed.
on a fake on the B site. So it's based off the util, the info that you're getting at the beginning of these rounds. And then the pivot back toward Day was perfect.
Pivot point where they begin to take
But that's the thing about this kind of strategic thinking, though. It's like the Vice and Teo stuff, for Euro, it might be the tipping point for some people, though. It'd be like maybe some people misidentified it and didn't realize how strong it was, and then they see this, they're like, okay, let's play Vice, let's play Euro. And those kind of things are funny because I look back on my own coaching career and think about times in which I've made decisions based on things like this and not quite identified the power levels and stuff, you know? Like, it does happen regularly. It's just, I think it's kind of, I am a bit more of a dick about it nowadays because I'm not coaching, and I'm obviously, my job is to, you know, educate and entertain to some degree through analysis. And the other thing is, it does get a bit more boring on the outside to just see what seems like obvious stuff and not get kind of done for a while.
Had to. Juna threw the flash.
Vito doesn't seem weak to me, no.
So you gave the tell
It seems pretty strong.
aggressive into the corner. You go back into a default round. You're trying to punish SRN in this wine. So those
I could be wrong. Like, it might, in theory, like, I think in theory it should be strong, but maybe in practice it's not. That's the difficult thing about agents. And I'm not in a practice environment to test stuff out.
not completely in sight lines of SRN.
Starbucks are gonna get a pick.
Definitely on maps where, like, you know there's going to be hard execs, like that, he can just suck up all your exec.
No Juna, but
And then you can suck up all the exec, and then you have no util left because there's no util in the game anymore. And then you just op them and judge them.
SRN exposed now with the delay. Just a threat that looms as Astralis will just have to ignore and move on and regroup with the team. 12 seconds left. They just need to plan, and MIBR doing everything they can to succumb WADADAA to pressure. And what a shot. SRN had knives out. Bloodthirsty as ever. Dead. 2 versus 2 on the post plant. Power pixelate.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not paying attention for a little bit. ADHD mini is back.
To go down, but on that 2 versus in the lead.
BR won this map convincingly.
Revealing area.
It's back into the
Is recon in middle even worth when you do that smoke? Can you not just stand in the smoke still?
Astralis with the Guardian because you could buy into the next round. So you're trying to make something out of this. Astralis is watching his solo on the A site, battling against SRN potentially. But SRN's actually posted up on his B site to fight.
Like, in a weird way, when I think about Ascent, depends on the interceptor stuff, but the TPs I think are harder on Ascent than the maps.
Such a quick spot to leave the spike, and returning with the spike in hand. I'm nervous. MIBR. Now we're gonna shoot down the drone. This power pixel
Without having thought about it, though.
lives on. And it's Sayuri.
I respect Sayuri.
The judge always delivers. And power pixel with just the pistol is out in the middle of nowhere, and no more teammates.
I feel like it's harder to get Yoru to a certain level than it is to Sage. Yeah, I agree that Yoru has a higher ceiling than Jet. But that's what it is a ceiling, right?
Play for WADADAA on the attack side is very normal. 10-second hits, 10 seconds left to plant. Very, very normal with this double sentinel comp. Now you're just trying to smoke through and get the surprise onto Bastarda. Just saw one.
Bastarda. Oh, takes care of it all. Starbound. Oh, almost got the shot.
When brainstorming, you think about the undervalued strong agents, or you think about what would be good against your opponent's take on how the game should be played? Generally speaking, you should be thinking about what you first think about it in a vacuum, without thinking about what like the game theory says about what other people might end up doing, or like what you think the other people might do. Sorry. And then if you can see the trend is happening, then I would adapt if it makes sense for the team. So the best example I've got is that I remember on Split, I knew in 2023 that every single team would run this comp. It was like this, pretty much. This comp, right? And so our approach was we came off a lock-in play in a raised jet comp too, with a weird raised jet comp with Sage and stuff. And so basically our question was like, we kind of want to switch to comp. What's the best way to do it? And SRK's suggestion was, can we just give util to Kron and Leo? Just give them util. And I was like, that's like okay. Like I don't hate the idea of like the response to our composition being just give players who are good with util. But I wasn't like fully convinced. And so when I thought about it more, because we were thinking about like Viper and Cypher and stuff like that, I was like, I think this works very well because I thought it would work very well against this at the time. Especially with the Cypher at the time. I think nowadays this doesn't hold true at all. Like this does not beat this anymore, I don't think. But back then the idea was that like, okay, we had a Cypher who back then they could actually just use double trips and, you know, do all that to beat the jet and the Rays dashing in. Nowadays the Rays would just nade all your trips. Like that's the meta nowadays. They would just nade all your trips. But back then people didn't really do that. So Alpha was still getting frags with the Cypher on this side of the map. And then like this comp isn't the best at taking middle, and our comp isn't the best at defending middle, but we were pretty good at fighting it if we really needed to. So like we did have some stuff where we'd like Sky Flash and Breach Stun if we really needed to kill them. But ultimately we knew that this team couldn't just like walk up middle all the time easily, because they didn't really have amazing tools to do so, in our opinion, at the time. So we weren't like too afraid of like middle. And then on B, we had like enough info to like kind of know what they were doing, and then Kron could like help us and stuff. So on defense, like we felt like we had a pretty good shot. And then on the flip side against the Viper, like I basically knew that most teams had no idea what to do once they lost vents control. Most teams got away with just putting down this Viper orbit middle, and it's probably still true. They put the orb down middle, and then they get to play the whole game with mid control. But my theory was that teams didn't know what to do once the Viper got pushed off. Like they didn't have good protocols. They didn't know how to re-clear B main. They didn't have info very good on A, you know? They just kind of like gambled and didn't really know how to hold. So we made the punish where like we would have the breach stunning from like here, or here, depending where we wanted, even here sometimes. And we'd sky flash through the vents to check. So we'd sky flash. If it hit, breach would stun, and Durka would like satchel up and try and kill the people that were stunned, right? And that worked really well. Like the Vipers either died or they didn't know what to do, and then teams didn't know what to do. So like that's like an example where what I thought would be the composition of teams, which ended up being the composition of teams, was 90% Raze, Jet, Viper, Sky, Cypher, Viper, sorry. And so we used that for our advantage. But I think most of the times is the decision making process is mostly what are we good with and what is strong right now. I don't think it goes much deeper than that right now. I think in the current meta, I'd be looking at how do you beat Yoru Wele, because I think a lot of people are going to play Yoru Wele or Yoru Double Duelist. EMEA maybe less so because we don't have as many duelist players, I'd argue. But global stage, I think that Yoru Wele would be like what a lot of teams would end up running. And I'd be thinking about Chamber just in case too, because I think some teams will start running a lot of Chamber. So I'd be thinking about Yoru Wele Chamber, these kind of like all-in contacty style aggressive agents, you know, like agents that can dip out basically. I don't know if there is a direct counter to that or if there's a soft counter to it, but that's what I'd be thinking about. I mean, I know Senti meta because of Nurse or because Double just I don't think we're in a no Senti meta. The other issue with me using the word meta is that people have this obedience to like this like deference to authority when it comes to this stuff. So like if they just see a bunch of teams running stuff, it's the meta. And I think the best example of that being not true is look historically how long Icebox got played without a Sage after 2023 or even during 2023. And only this year have teams started playing Sage on Icebox again, despite nothing changing about Icebox the map or nothing changing about Sage as an agent. So like my argument here is that what people play, i.e. what the meta is and what's popular, does not equal strength. And so when you ask the question about are we in a no senti meta, I don't know if you're asking that from a popularity point of view or a strength point of view. Meta describes most effective tactic to apply, not most popular. Yes, but the problem is that people use it. I don't care what the prescription of the word is if people descriptively use it to mean popular. Like it's just like if people use it in a way to say popular, I can't have a discussion and not pretend that that's the case, you know. I don't really care what words mean, it's just how people use them to some degree, you know. So yeah. So if it's about, I don't think no senti is the correct way to play, but it might become the meta way to play in the way that people use that word.
This round here, and they're looking to battle against SRN. SRN can't let that be a trend. We've noticed that now a couple of rounds.
Do you think G2 has a good chance of winning GCC? I think they're on a G2 are never out because they always have experience. I don't think their team is they're not looking as good as they have in the past, and they still didn't win in the past. So I'm a bit worried for them on that front. They haven't had a particularly amazing year. Like they haven't been convincing this year. They look a little bit better right now than they have done in the past. It isn't in they look a bit better now than they have this year, but there are too many like red flags. So I'm not confident. It's G2. They always got a shot, but out of all the years to win it, it's a bit of a surprise if it's this year. People are hyping up Akita, but they had Rescue last year, and Rescue was phenomenal going into last year. Yeah, also the new patch and adapting. I don't think the new patch is going to be as impactful on GC, though. I think it'll be very impactful on VCT. I don't think these teams have had enough time, and I don't think there's many teams practicing right now in a way that like will be super effective for them. There'll be some trialing teams and stuff, I guess. Oh no. What? Lisa? Oh, she was worried about the up angle. Fair enough.
The heals and convert that round here.
Lisa has to be careful with these teleports. It's a couple of rounds I've noticed them just teleport.
Yeah, but it's because the upline was here. She can't. She could have jiggled that, I guess, and then walked across, but I think she did the safest thing, really.
That's just a great reaction from WADADAA. Just that round
It wasn't really about what's strong, but what we can expect after the patch as a standard meta regardless of strength.
Still take this in regulation. And to deny that op, the last second from
Oh, okay.
MIBR completely changes the map. Now it's the playground of Starbound. You dominate mid pretty solo. MIBR know it. Now they're just gonna fall back to their crossfires and their inserts and make sure Bastarda stays alive with this lockdown.
Yeah, you need her alive. This lockdown will be super important. She just gave her position away, and that is huge for WADADAA to start.
It's really tough for Bastarda. Help was around the corner. Now call 911, but it's for MIBR because WADADAA just caught up after what looked like such a hopeless second half.
And MIBR should have been ready for that one. A TP that was placed by Adora was a fake TP from the Yoru. So that forward position from Bastarda, she calls it. She knows it's there, but she looks to be aggressive and look back towards that fridge where Power picks away, gets that first kill, cuts the rotates on Catwalk to get the trip into the round. One away from a Hunter's Fury in this 11-11 scoreline. It's now going back and forth. Both teams having tremendous.
Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you, bro. I'm good. I'm just not locked in on this day.
Just lacking that op, MIBR just see how much they
SRN. I remember SRN being kind of down early on kills.
their own hands and just let the op and all the guns do all
I think SRN. There's a chance I'd be thinking that SRN's the kind of person who
are floundering, but this was mostly a save
momentum based player potentially. I'm not sure.
on map point.
Hey, one there.
Look like a team deathmatch on District.
Yeah.
But saving the op for the next round will be super important. Stands
First start. And to get their revenge too would be insane on Ascent.
in WADADAA. I mean, I was just praising a couple of rounds.
I mean, this game was close.
Allowing WADADAA to get into their crosshairs and are winning.
Is this a good sign for? I guess it is a good sign for WADADAA. But I mean, like, is there a chance that this also is not the greatest for MIBR? Like, to be this close against a team who has a substitute and is unsigned. Like, is that being too? I don't know. Or does it not really matter? It probably isn't that big a deal. Oh, Dora.
Gets the ball rolling. But MIBR are not done yet. They've got their own Hunter's Fury. And WADADAA may know it.
See, that's the thing though about I was thinking about this yesterday. For the analyst desk, often we look at like rational points that are good or bad, like good and bad, right? And then we kind of make our decision based on them in a fairly short-term style. So like what I'm trying to say is like, even though MIBR I could give a bunch of reasons why this is bad for them. At the end of the day, do I really think at a champ like Game Changers champs they're gonna just be like, does it really matter? Like with my analysts, like as in my heart, I don't believe this matters. My brain is like, oh, there's some issues here that might happen, but in my heart, I don't think it matters at all. And so I'm wondering if I think I need to be more confident and ballsy about my analysis, even though the current situation of the talking points might not be in my favor. If that makes sense. Like if I say a player is bad, like, and then they play well for a game, that doesn't matter. I still think they're bad. Does that make sense? Sit a bit for sure.
They have to be careful. Every step that they
Or like, how many games does it have to be? Because like this happened at like Ascension to some degree, where Kellogg's was incredible up until the final. But in my heart, did I believe that Kellogg's was incredible? I was like, I still didn't. I still wasn't. It's like it's a difficult one. It's like I can't really sit there and pretend he's not good because he's playing really well. But in my heart, did I believe that he was like about to own VCT? Like,
Walking in to a fury, a flurry even of ultimates.
This is still pretty good though. They did the
I think Counter-Strike analysts are much better at that, where they have opinions and takes, and even in the face of adversity or evidence against them, they hold to those takes in a way that's like makes it interesting.
Oh, and they got the teleport from Bashalis, and the paranoia from MIBR anchored WADADAA, ingrained them. The Hunter's Fury as WADADAA skip away. It's just Judah with 29 HP and a moment to spare.
Sometimes I'm too open-minded. Maybe. Maybe.
To the limit.
Guaranteed the loss here on time after the Hunter's Fury does get the pick with the crossfire set up in the back of the site. No way to move in for a plant.
I'm not talking about what you're talking about, Wendler, I don't think so. I don't think. You're talking about America's having an extra slot. I think I talked about this to Mel earlier. I don't think America's having another slot is a bad idea. The counterpoint is the exact same as, like, you know how people are annoyed that Brazil didn't have 2 spots initially? I kind of turn that on its head and say Brazil had the same slots as Europe at the start of Valorant, and Brazil performed way worse than Europe at the start of Valorant. It was Loud who then came along and then made Brazil look decent, and it was only Loud that really like did that, right? And so like I think where it's in a position where sometimes they think that you shouldn't take slots away from a region that's already performing poorly. I know to some degree they eventually do cave in and think like it's relevant. Because obviously in League of Legends you have like major regions, minor regions. But yeah, it'd be interesting to know if taking slots away from regions that are already doing poorly would have impacted them even more, and vice versa. Do you think YFP would have won here instead of WADADAA? If they're not here, no. Like, yeah, if they're not here, then no is my answer. Wait, why were they not there? Oh, they weren't they the people who were like, yeah, I mean, they barely beat them, and their coach was leaking fucking VODs and shit, wasn't they? Like, yeah. I don't think that. I find it hard to believe that a team with a coach doing shady shenanigans is winning.
None for SRN, and MIBR are looking for an early mid control. Both initiators being set up. Looks like maybe actually a pop flash for A main control. So Adora is about to.
They played standard comps into MIBR. Yeah, I mean, if they played standard comps, they're not winning. Yeah, the argument that every coach does that is not true. If they do, then I will start a Kill Bill list of coaches that I need to have a very strongly worded that's true.
MIBR. Just making sure there's no wine inserts. Now SRN leads it.
The idea that it's not like some weird competitive integrity thing is like, I don't know how you could leak VODs or like give your anti-strat. No, it wasn't leaking VODs. It was like giving your anti-strat to other teams. How you don't see that might be an issue with competitive integrity. Like, it is kind of mental. Like, I think their argument was like, it's because I'm competitive. It's like, because you are competitive, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, who wants to win doing that shit, man? I've never understood it. Like
creates that threat. MIBR trailing, but at
pisses me
least
off, man.
spike in hand. Now the turn, at least that gives a heads up to Bastarda.
I'm glad that I have one stuff and also completely with integrity the entire time, and I've never done anything shady.
Oh my god, the turnaround from MIBR. They're on map list. MIBR in until Starbound creates that threat. MIBR trailing, but at least with the spike in hand.
They don't have util again. Like it's just one of those things. So they need Yorgo going first for clone.
That gives a heads up to Bastarda. 1 versus 2 on the double swing from WADADAA.
In these situations, don't you just go all from? Isn't it just easier to just simplify and just go all heaven or something? You have a player with an Odin and a player with an op. Like I think you just go heaven.
Hand. Now the turn, at least that gives a heads up to Bastarda. 1 versus 2 on the double swing from WADADAA. Bastarda delivers! And Melissa too! Oh my god, the turnaround from MIBR. They're on map point.
In your the drone and got her too. But after this, not clear in that corner, being lined up. And now it looks like WADADAA, they don't want to stop. They don't want to play slow this time around. Already an early drone and a TP. Committed this time around by Adora.
WADADAA getting antsy. Ooh, MIBR not going to bite on that. As Adora have to flash and set themselves up. The recon pushing MIBR off posture as we have a
What happened to Sayori there?
A strong. We don't have any word if it's a.
Please, it's one round.
Felt like
Brazilians. These two.
I might just give him past the round win. There we go.
Looking for that same type of mid take. The TP set up for the drone to confirm.
The fucking cheeky fucks as well. MIBR had 5 middle this time. It's funny.
momentum has been completely reset. The air out of the sails of MIBR got hit by a tech issue, and now I've had enough time to kind of settle the emotions. Stand up straight. Or sit up straight, I guess. Keep drone into B. We've seen that out of Mel before. Sense of comfort there, and there's a Viswell in response to not let Mel go anywhere else, and she hasn't.
They're playing the same strat. Even
Hey,
now,
Lilith.
this leg gets hit by
How you
the
doing?
You're using both of the ones that can TP to start take cat control. After that, the Juna insert will play the rotates. Can they bait util out this time around? Will it be the same result?
It's a lot on Adora.
Oh god.
Even Juna. And Juna kicks us off too.
Wait, 4v4 post plant B? They should be fine, right? But they're taking so long. Wait, 4v3 post plant B? How do they lose? Guys.
Evacuate anyone that could be left on the site. MIBR
Hello?
fate in their hands on this retake. You saw SRN was nervous in the cams before.
What?
And you gotta be when Starbound's back there.
Oh, okay. When did they fucking win the OT? I thought it was a 14-12.
Results on the OT of their attacks.
Looks like WADADAA haven't skipped a beat. Now MIBR with mid control, haven't bought any ops, even glass cannon ones in overtime. It's the Starbound special. Starbound will be smoked off from mid. Spy's wall going to be triggered, and MIBR will take their time sensing where all the Sentinel util is.
Yeah, Interesting here. They went for the fake TP from Adora. I was gonna scratch my head if that was committed here from Wine. But that was, once again, very similar looks. Just different types of utils being utilized by the side of WADADAA on the top of Cat.
Wait, isn't it better for me to just have this pen open all the time? Because then it doesn't bring up the time. Oh, but then I can't use my arrow keys. Yeah, yeah, that's annoying.
But maybe could have had a nice pick on Sayori. Was thinking about
That's, yeah. This could be a better way to do this.
a lot of commotion over at B, but maybe could have had a nice pick on.
The difference is they still have 2 players.
How does this jet fake not put any rotation at all? SRN is literally in B site.
Starbound is gonna concede that position, but maybe could have had a nice pick on.
It's a good way to play against the bunker, is like just taking this space for free.
Creating a lot of commotion over at B, but the real hit is at A, and now it's a scramble. WADADAA are gonna leave the scene of the crime, and an SRN leaves blood in her wake, and WADADAA have at least Adora to work with, and no longer Starbound.
Okay, they can't win this.
Has to hit this shot. If anyone from MIBR exposes themselves, in the op still gets at least one.
Together, this will really allow
But them that
hold by WADADAA has been 1-1 in this best of 5. Winner takes all for the trip to Korea to meet up with the rest of the representatives all across the world for Game Changers champs. Now it starts with the Owl drone on top middle for WADADAA, showing similar hands. This time, the walk up from the Yoru. I think it's a fake TP to try to work towards this A site. Oh, one committed, and then they'll go potentially for the drone inside A. So they want to go for the fast flood into B potentially here.
Flatline says playing some R&B, man. It's going in.
see too often in overtime. If anything, it was Bastardo that
No, it's James Brown.
before. MIBR have had time to
I think it's James Brown.
adjust and perfect this defense. They haven't won in overtime yet. Now WADADAA
I have a
is
OBSBot
the
camera.
usual
That's what I got.
Gonna smoke it
That's the
off.
thing. We haven't committed into tree this time around, so they're still going for the
I'm about to finish stream now. I can't lock in. I've not been locked in at all this entire day.
Lisa does as well, and MIBR.
And ironically, what I've taken away from this is that KO players need to use the judge more. I already knew this, but it confirms my suspicion. Yeah, there is one more, but honestly, I'm too tired and not locked in enough that I'll just end up not doing anything. So, maybe I'll come back and watch this at some point. Hopefully, I still got some energy to do GC, and I actually can lock in for future days. But yeah, I ain't locked in at all. What happened here, by the way? I thought this spirit guy would be good. I'm gonna keep track of him. Why is he playing? He is like a Senti player. Skyland, Deep Man's 2. What are they playing for? Man, Turkey's so good. Too many good players, too many good teams. Any tips, guy, on what with 3 into Radiant? There's no tip I can give you that's any different than any other player tip for your rank. Like, you could tell me that you're bronze trying to get to silver, and I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no clue. There's no good answer to that question. Anyone that answers that question and has a good answer are lying. They're just giving you nonsense. The real answer is stop thinking about it and go play more Valorant. Wait, I should say without specific context. Like, you are You're just giving me no context at all. I can't work with that. And the amount of context I'd need for me to work with that would be too much for me to be bothered to help you with. So it's not looking good. Nobody you ask that question to will give you an answer that's relevant, in my opinion. There might be some little tips. There might be something that accidentally they say that applies to what you have troubles with, but I don't know that. I'm not working the event though. No. Who are these players, man? I know Kalasan, I know Rize, and Berzi. There's so many players, man. Turkey. Sturban's back. Okay, right, I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll be back, maybe I won't be. Who knows? I'll try my best to come and do some more GC VOD reviews, but today was not a good showing from me, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit.